Just off Highway 401 in Southern Ontario, it is the Forest City, London, and we're here for the Tim Hortons Brier. Great to see the sunshine the last few days. Budweiser Gardens, downtown London, all the action of the Tim Hortons Brier. And our feature this morning is Team Saskatchewan, Kelly Knapp taking on Northern Ontario and Tanner Horgan. Let's get you up-to-date action. Last night it was draw 12 and Team Manitoba starting to get on a little bit of a roll. Matt Dunstone, 2 bronze medals, his eye on gold this year.
Well, it was a combination of some well-placed shots by Manitoba, but Reid Carruthers will look back on this game and shake his head, made some mistakes, gave up a 3, hard to come back from.
Reid Carruthers won a Brier championship with Jeff Stoughton with Manitoba back in 2011. Trying to get on a roll, though, as of yet. Dunstone the winner, 8-4. Kevin Cooey, we know, already has qualified. A 10-1 win over Higgs and Nunavut. The Gauthier kid. Whoop, whoop. Jacques Gauthier, another win, 10-4 over New Brunswick. And Scoffin, 9-2 over Prince Edward Island. So the picture is starting to get a little more clear. We know Kevin Cooey, Alberta, in. If Dunstone wins this morning, he will qualify for the playoffs. On the other side, Gushu, a full day off, doesn't play till tomorrow morning. We know Botcher, if he wins, he will also qualify for the playoffs. Top 3 on each side will move on. Coming inside the building, as always, glad you're watching our coverage right here on TSN. Brian Mutrick, Kathy Gauthier. And as for our feature, let's start with Team Saskatchewan and Kelly Knapp. He's actually been to the Brier here in London back in 2011. He was an alternate for Steve Laycock. This year, he is skipping, and we love our sports cliches, Kathy, the full 60 minutes, the full 10 ends.
Well, and this really applies to Kelly and Team Saskatchewan. They come out very strong, very hard in all the games that they play, but then they let teams off the hook. It's almost as though they lose their focus, need to leave Kelly some draws in the back 5. That's what he's very good at.
It was a dream come true for Darren Moulding. He won his Brier with Alberta, then that season with New Brunswick, and now he finds himself in Northern Ontario, and really now in a mentorship role.
He just does it all. I mean, he's +2 and 82 in the stats, so that's really good for a third. But what he brings to Tanner Horgan is the most significant. Tanner's fiery. Darren keeps him focused in the moment, makes him park mistakes. That's going to be huge.
Northern Ontario, 4-1 record. Tanner Horgan off to a great start. Saskatchewan, Kelly Knapp at 2-3. You're set. That's our feature. First rock next from London.
I'm feeling like a rock star.
That on your highlight reel.
Oh, goodness gracious, what a shot.
The 2023 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee. By PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada. By Home Hardware, here's how. And by Scotties Facial Tissue, unleash the Scotties.
The Brier keeps rolling here on TSN, and really, Kathy, it is always moving day at these events. Wednesday, where the playoff picture becomes a little bit more clear. And what are you keeping an eye on the sheets of ice this morning?
Well, BC Jacques Gauthier is trying to keep his hopes alive and bring Quebec Felix Asselin back. Matt Dunstone, well, he can get himself a playoff spot this morning with a win over Nathan Young in Newfoundland and Labrador. And Brendan Botcher trying to rebound after a game that they weren't very happy with yesterday. He also can guarantee a playoff spot if he can beat Thomas Scoffin and his Yukon team, but that Scoffin team looking very good in the last couple of games.
So we will keep you up to date on all the situations right across the ice here at Budweiser Gardens. It's time to meet the teams. Brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. And we'll begin with Team Saskatchewan out of the Highland Curling Club in Regina. Kelly Knapp, Brennan Jones, Mike Armstrong, and Trent Knapp. Team Northern Ontario, your skip and fourth rock thrower, Tanner Horgan. It's Darren Moulding skipping, calling the game, Jacob Horgan, and at lead, Colin Hodgson. Northern Ontario, the Yellowstones this morning, Team Saskatchewan, the Redstones. And the draw to the button won by Northern Ontario, so they have the hammer. That means to start us off, it'll be the Saskatchewan lead, Trent Knapp. And Kathy Gauthier, much like at the Scotties, this time of the week, a little bit of an adjustment with the stones. As we know, the chief ice technician, Greg Owasco, some texturing of the stones. The memo went out. The stones were touched up, and we'll keep an eye on that this morning. It's a big storyline heading into the weekend.
Well, it certainly is. We started to see a little bit of straightening out yesterday, especially outside in. And so Greg and his team worked on the stones overnight. I met Greg walking in this morning, and he said they worked with one stone. They sharpened it, they threw it down a sheet, they sharpened it, and they went back and forth until they felt that it was a combination of enough for movement, but also enough to get him and these rocks through the weekend. Don't want to have to do it again. So look for a little bit of extra movement. Look for sharper finish when the weight comes off. That will be the more abrasive bottoms of the stones.
Room. Curl. 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 Curl.
Yep.
Hard. Distance. Go. 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 Good shot.
Go.
Hack.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard, buddy. You got it. Okay,
Whoa.
clean now. Clean.
Whoa.
Clean. Clean.
Clean.
Clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Trent Knapp, the
Hard, Kelly.
twin brother of Kelly
Go,
Knapp, the
Kel.
skip for Team Saskatchewan.
Nice shot.
Nice little weight. There's the bump.
Oh, nice movement.
And for Colin Hodgson, a very familiar face, the 32-year-old
Whoa. Close.
competing in 5 Briers previous. This number 6, and Colin announcing on his social media and telling everybody he's going to step away from the game after this Brier. Colin always great to talk with and deal with, and just a nice face out there, a good personality for the game, and he's just decided it's time to step aside after this championship.
Yeah.
Bumper.
Well, we all get to a spot if you're
I think
playing
I
at
like
this
that.
level where you're traveling all the time, and if you're trying to work and balance life and family, it can be overwhelming, and it can't feel like a grind. You have to really want it, because it's going to feel like a grind, and at least if you know that that is where you want to be, it makes it easier. But when you start to grumble every time you pack your suitcase,
Really hard.
it's time.
Really hard to stick it, Trent. Come on. Hard, hard, hard. Hard, hard, hard. Good.
Shot, Mike. Easy.
Normal.
So we mentioned the brothers competing for Saskatchewan. Same story for Northern Ontario, as Jacob competing with his brother Tanner. You've seen them a long time in junior, Kathy, and just a part of that storyline that has been big this year, with a lot of these names in junior coming up and now playing some in their first Briers and competing on the big stage.
I saw them throw that in practice. Looked ugly. Yeah.
Well, Muddy, for Saskatchewan, some of the keys are to stagger the front this morning. Tanner loves the big weight, and if you stagger the stones, he won't be able to. And we talked a little bit about it in the opening. The need to be as intense as you are in 10 as you are in 1.
Curl.
And we just saw Jacob Horgan throw. He has been very, very strong this week. So for Northern Ontario, well, that's your key. His numbers are higher than Mike Armstrong's, and that's where you may get your edge. And channeling your zen, well, that's about Tanner. He is a fiery kind of guy, and that really works well in sport. But sometimes frustration can also get in your way.
Keys to the game brought to you by Scotties Facial Tissue. Unleash the Scotties. It's interesting, Kathy, in listening to the media post-game comments from Brad Gushu, who's won everything at every level.
Yes.
He said that game yesterday in taking on Brett Gallant and seeing Mark Kennedy on the other side really got their juices going, the competitive fire. And he kind of joked, we got to pretend that, maybe we're playing a former team in every game, but that was kind of that juice that got them going. And, whatever it takes, your storyline for Saskatchewan, find the intensity, a full 10 ends, find a way to, push through and bring that fire to each and every game.
Well, for a team like Gushu, they have played for so long at such a high level. It's not that they're not grateful to be at the Brier. It's not that they don't want to be here, but it starts to feel a little bit like, here I go again, and all these teams to play. But then you come up against either former teammates or against one of the top teams in the field, and that if that isn't enough to get you going, it's too late.
I don't know if you watched that documentary, like Michael Jordan used to just make stuff up. He literally just to pump himself up to, try beat a team down. It's incredible how the best, continue to elevate and find a way.
Well, what it means is that you know that at your best, you are not so tight and nervous, but you have to feel that adrenaline. That means that you know that you are in the moment and can channel your best. And it's hard to do game after game and 4-10 ends, but you need to. Because in those losses that Kelly Knapp walked off the ice, I'm sure he was looking at the board thinking, how did that happen?
Good job, Brennan.
Good throw.
Yeah. Normal.
Last year we saw Darren Moulding in New Brunswick colors.
Hard, Jay.
A 3-5 record in Lethbridge.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Right to it. Keep on, keep on, keep on.
Shot.
That's good.
And part of that incredible run with Brendan Botcher.
Just got to finish that release.
4 consecutive finals, finally
Good
winning
shot,
in that
Darren.
4th final. That Brier championship in the bubble in Calgary.
Normal.
Okay, you bet.
So wide open, and you would expect this. And as I look across most of the sheets, with the exception of one, very similar approach, and this is because the rocks were sharp, and teams don't want to force themselves into a very tricky hack weight shot when you really don't know what these stones are doing, and so you'll see a lot of clean play. No risk in the first end.
Clean, clean.
Clean.
Yep.
Shot, Cal.
Kelly Knapp out of Saskatchewan.
Good shot, Cal.
So we mentioned one of the favorites, Team Canada, off to a great start, and Brad Gushu, full day off today. And we just talked about the new stones, the textured stones. They'll get a chance to practice today,
They will.
which is huge. You like the rest, Kathy? You like the full day off, considering this time and what's been done to the stones?
I don't, and I don't think a lot of teams do either. And Jamie Cooey, an example of he didn't play till day 3, and so with this draw, there are definitely teams that, as you look at it, I feel have an advantage because they play with relative consistency. There are some that start late, then they start playing back-to-back. And for Gushu, the rest, I'm sure that they'll be fine with. But what they're not going to be fine with is the fact that on a day when teams have the opportunity through 2 games for many of them to sort out the nuances of the stones, he will not. A practice for half an hour will not give him game exposure like it will these other teams.
Easy. Normal. Yep. Easy.
Try it for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, Cal. That's good.
All right. It's fine.
Over here. Middle 12.
So a freebie here for Tanner Horgan, the 4th rock thrower.
Clean.
Well, no chance to improve on those hammer efficiency numbers in this first end.
So a blanket 1 as we're officially underway here on this Wednesday morning from London, Ontario. Glad that you're watching our coverage. It's the Tim Hortons Brier here on TSN.
You got it.
Welcome back inside Budweiser Gardens on this Wednesday morning.
Cross it a little.
Glad you're with us here on TSN.
Split center a little
As
better.
the Brier continues to roll on towards the weekend, our feature matchup, Saskatchewan, Northern Ontario. A blank on the board in 1. So here in 2 once again.
Heavy.
It is
Line's good.
There.
Northern Ontario, Yellow Stones with hammer and some rocks up front.
This one's curling more.
Lead Stones on the way.
Line.
And
Hard
start
time.
from Colin Hodgson.
Really hard.
Well, after an end of looking at rocks, both teams deciding game is on.
Just don't touch it. Nothing.
There's that. Ooh.
Okay, those aren't the same.
No.
Not for line.
Colin referring to his stones.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Full 4, I guess, gets a shot, hey?
Yeah, exactly.
14 a quarter.
Yeah.
Mike Armstrong, second stones for Team Saskatchewan.
Line's good.
Line's really nice. Back 4.
See a little
Slate's
pressure
good.
out here.
T-line.
I think it's okay. Felt close.
Line's really good.
Felt close.
Room. Coming down. Line's perfect.
Line's really good.
Come on, boys. Come on.
Hard line's good. Go, go, go.
Hard. Go, go, go. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Well, great finish, lots of swoop. The problem is for the teams that were
Close to taking out our own rocks.
overthrown yesterday just because the stones kept sliding.
don't mind to come
With
around
that
to- yeah.
sharper bottom, the weight
let's
will
put
come
pressure
off,
on them.
and it's very difficult for the brushers to take it that extra
blow up the middle.
couple of feet with a
Same
sharper
as Ben.
bottom.
Yeah.
This is my.
Update time. Let's go to Sheet B, and it is Team Manitoba Dunstone taking on Newfoundland and Labrador and Nathan Young. And you know the story, a win, and Dunstone is into the playoffs.
Well, Nathan made a really good shot on his last one. Matt shot the Newfoundland Labrador stone through a small gap to lie 3 on his first. Nathan made the double and left himself in the house, but for Matt, a chance for 2.
Whoa, whoa. Just clean.
50%, Kathy, with hammer
go.
efficiency as Matt Dunstone, Manitoba, leads the field in that category.
Gotta go, Colt.
Clean.
Right to it. Right. Okay, you're good.
And that Colt is Colton Watts, right to
Little
it,
down,
bang.
eh?
And 2.
2 red. Good throw, Matty.
Well, I don't know. I don't love that opening up. What about the red, yellow?
Red, yellow. This one?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
That okay?
I think I like that better.
We could get it, then our red will just sit right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't bump them in, will you?
Huh?
You wouldn't bump them in.
Yeah.
Is that good?
I think that's good because our red's gonna stay right there. Right?
Yeah, it's good. Like, I think you're pretty close with a half rock.
Felix Asselin, Quebec, blank with BC on Sheet A. And Brendan Botcher able to draw in, and he picked up a pair, 2-0 over Yukon.
So for Kelly wants access to the shot stone, but they don't want to
Really
open
gotta
things
go.
up completely
Really gotta
because
go.
they are trying
Really
to
gotta
steal.
go.
Hard, Trent. Hard, hard, hard.
Okay.
Yeah, good sweep.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe give 4 feet more. Yeah.
Pump 4.
Just get it running just a touch more.
There you go, Jake. That looks good.
Yeah. Actually, it's good. If this is a wider path, probably need like 6 feet
six
more.
feet more. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
So this is a little bit wider than the draw to the button path. That's why they're talking about adding that extra weight. For Jake, he's going to be throwing in an area where there haven't been very many rocks.
Line's
I like
good. Yep.
Yep, line.
22-year-old
line.
Jacob Horgan, him and
Line's
brother
good.
Tanner, we saw make 2
Hard.
Canadian Junior Finals.
Hard.
Playing in that gold medal game.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Losing 1
Right
to
here, top
Tyler
4.
Tardy, 1 to Matt
Yep, gotta go
Dunstone, who are
line.
both in the field
Gotta
this
go
week.
line. Hard. Line and weight. Go, 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 go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Great shot, Jake.
Lovely draw weight, and look at that. Staggered, 2 counting. Top 4
That was heavier
with
there.
hammer
You
here
feel
in
that-
Northern
you feel
Ontario.
that good.
You whipped that one, yeah.
Well, timing is everything, and as this week progresses, you want to have a trajectory that your team is going up. So take a look at the numbers. The first on the left-hand side are the first 3 games the teams played all week. and then the last two. So as we start to build to playoffs, where do you want to be? Well, the two Horgan boys are definitely going in the right direction. Some wonderful numbers in the last two. That shows you that that is on the right track. Now the other the other players are not bad. Look at Darren, he's relatively equal, but for the Horgans, they find a way to rise at the right time.
Yep, get it out, Cal. Go,
And
go, go,
just a little precision.
Go. Okay, good.
As Brendan Jones able to remove the one Yellowstone.
It was almost hard to make that.
There we go. Yeah.
With that top guard.
Yeah.
Tried to stab it.
Leave him that rock.
Yeah.
Can we?
Kind of giving up on the end doing that. But
Kind of might have to. He's gonna have a double and roll anywhere we go. The only other shot is the center guard, but we got hammer. You know.
if you ever,
I know. Yeah.
we,
got to make sure we have a drawing lane, and we don't right now.
yeah.
I think.
But if we
make
do
the
this
double.
and you roll, I guess it's two corners.
We have two corners now.
We just got to make that double.
Make the double, yeah. Roll out, it's fine.
Okay.
And then we got two corners to roll behind.
Do we just make the double?
Peel out, turn. We're going to have to lose the shooter.
Yeah, like 2/3.
Yeah.
The concern is right now for the second point, there's no access. So this
We're
is
losing
about
the shooter. Like,
running this.
Just make
You're
that
going
double?
to lose the
Okay,
shooter.
sorry.
It's going to be open. And yes, Kelly will have access to the shot stone. This call says we're okay with a blank, but we talk about hammer efficiency and using that last rock to score at least two. Right now, the concern for Northern Ontario is with the granite that's all up front, they don't have a path for that second point.
Hard! Whoa!
Clean.
Whoa!
Shot.
Darren Molding, little precision.
Very good. I like that.
Yeah.
Had to do it. Yeah.
He's only playing for a force now, at least.
Is this enough?
Control, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll be close.
That's fair, more if you want.
35-year-old Brendan Jones, who
Yes!
also played with Steve Laycock when the Brier was here in
Really
London back
gotta
in
go.
2011. That was
Really
his
gotta go.
first appearance.
Hard, you got
Then
it.
his second
Trent.
appearance
Hard,
back in
you
London
got it,
here in
Trent.
2023. And that little clip of the yellow clip sitting, oh my goodness, you couldn't do that if you tried.
Is that just light or what?
Just really soft it looked.
I think for Brennan, very soft out of his hand and more so than ever this morning. Watch for the release. You want a nice, crisp, clear throw. That kind of comes off that finger at the end, and you heard the cry right away to sweep. If the rocks hadn't been sharpened, he probably gets by, but you can't throw it soft for the next couple of days because it will hurt you.
Not really. A lot in here.
It's going to be slow, too.
Yeah, is this minimum ice or?
No. We got 5+ feet.
I think you'll get 6 feet of swing.
Give me your hair more.
That looks good.
All right.
Just right here?
Top 12, yeah.
Okay.
We just want to bury it in front of ours, like bury the corner.
You draw the button throw?
Well, Muddy, I think when
Yeah,
Colin
we'll
steps
care about
away, the teams that he's played with will miss him. He is always watching from the other end about
Okay, you're there for
what
weight,
it
lots
is.
of weight.
Your tolerance here is to take a little bit of extra ice, not to tick on the
Can we
guard.
tap it?
Okay,
good.
okay, I got you.
Good.
No, weight's good. Weight's good.
Yeah.
Yep, lines, lines! Yes!
Weight's good. Top 8.
Hard!
Whoa.
Right here, Colin.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Whoa.
Well, I want it open. Okay. It's open.
Yeah, that's what's crazy, man. Good
Look
throw.
at the curl, Kathy. Look at the difference from yesterday.
Absolutely. That's a great weight by Darren.
Just lost it. Yeah, we needed more ice. I like that throw. We were way out. Fine. There was no.
Remembering it was Colin who said, let's
Yeah, it
take
should
more.
carve off the wall there. Sure, let's play this. Like bumper.
Okay.
Well, this is a teaser for Saskatchewan. Put about by Northern Ontario, you can see pieces of either side, but not all of either.
Let's play bumper and roll under.
Okay.
That's edge to edge, eh? Lots of room.
It'll be hard to roll with normal, but okay. Let's do a 10.
Kelly Knapp, a physiotherapist back home in Regina. Saw him at one Canadian Junior back in 2010, winning a bronze medal as a lead for Saskatchewan.
Whoa.
In his first Brier appearance as skip.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
And look at that. It just made its move. They lost it. You could hear the cry to sweep. It just broke after that center line.
The anticipation of stones this morning is something that the teams aren't prepared for.
Bad line call.
It's all right.
Sorry, Jonesy.
Things are setting up here big time now. Northern Ontario with Hammer for a big score here
I'm
too.
a little worried if we put it here and he plays that, he can make the triple. But
Even easier well if we split it.
The only thing, guys, is we want to be even with this guy, right?
yeah, then he
can't do the triple,
make
right?
that.
Higher.
You don't want to be.
We want to
under
be
too
even
much.
or further, right?
Yeah.
I say let him.
Okay.
Right. Well, here's the perfect spot, right, guys?
Yeah, right here.
there.
Guys, right here.
Okay.
A foot behind the tee line. Lots.
So that
lots.
is probably there.
Lots.
That's 6 feet. 6 feet of ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're protecting against the
think take
triple.
some
You
ice.
want to be over
I still think that's close to minimum.
in this area, knowing that Kelly is going to have some desperate times, desperate measures, looking at playing this double. You just don't want to be in the catching zone to give up a triple.
Like we want it out in the wing a bit.
Okay. Good with the broom down on it.
Yeah, I think this would be good. So
Kelly
same if
is
I draw
going
the
to
button
chase
top,
the double
at like 14.5
to minimize scoring.
So for people at home, Kathy, does the more curl and these
Line's
rocks
good.
being textured, does it mean the
Right
ice
away.
gets faster,
Really
or
gotta
is
go
it
on
just
that
more
one.
curl? How does it affect your split
Make
times
sure.
or your draw
Now.
weight?
The draw
Line's
weight will be
good.
the same. What will
Get
be
it
the
back there.
difference,
Hard,
Muddy,
guys,
is
hard,
that
guys.
as
Yep,
the
yep.
rock starts to die,
Hard.
it grabs a lot quicker. And
Hard.
so judging the
Top 12
stones will be
now.
a little bit
Shift to top
different
12.
today.
We're almost
Curl.
even.
Curl. Whoa,
Whoa,
that's good.
no.
The biggest
better.
thing is how
Hard.
hard they
It
finish.
doesn't matter. It's
It's a bad throw.
we weren't gonna get it there.
No.
Okay.
So they
fine,
said the
fine.
perfect spot was a little
Bad throw, I
deeper.
just kicked really light.
That's okay.
Looking at the triple,
It's there.
tough.
there.
Hey.
It's there, though.
Okay.
You playing the out or the in? Like
Can play in, I think.
if you do this, that's good. Like
Yeah.
let's get out of this 2.
Do you like firm peel with the in right there? It should curl up a bit, hey?
You got to hit what? A quarter.
Yeah, a quarter.
Wow, quarter might even miss this, not get this out.
Yeah.
No, it will. Quarter should.
I think it's got to be a thin quarter, though.
I think a quarter's fine. So whatever you like for ice.
Like right there
Let's
with
make a
firm
double
peel.
is the goal.
I think it's going to come up a bit.
Okay.
So the nice thing, Kathy, there is that little pocket. I mean, and you heard the one comment. Let's just give them 2, get out of
Firm
here.
field.
I mean, the way it
I
was
think
setting
they might be
up,
able to
that's
make
not
it
terrible.
For sure, you do not want to only remove one. The triple is
Guys like this
tremendous,
ice?
but for sure you have to make the double.
I think with firm peel, it should be good. We have to hit less than a quarter. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is a
Even
hole,
if we just make the top double.
Muddy, between those 2 yellow that you do not want to find.
You know what they call that? The broadcaster's jinx right there.
Sorry, Cal.
People get really mad, too, with their favorite goalie. You say a shutout.
Whoa.
It's your fault, right?
Whoa, close.
His final stone in 2 needs a good one.
Yes.
Kelly Knapp.
Whoa.
Try the triple. Big brush. 1, 2. Gets them both, but can he move them both out?
That's a great shot. Needed just that little bit more weight or a little bit thinner, but that's a tremendous result. And he shot.
So close.
Yeah.
Nearly got them all.
Just
Got
need
them
to be
all
able to throw
moving.
it as hard as Darren, that's all.
One more look.
Just heard him say, I can't throw it as hard as Darren. A little bit more weight. It catches that back one, just that little bit more oomph, and it would slide out the back door. Terrific shot.
And still, it's a tricky now play here for Northern Ontario. You got to avoid the jam, throw the right weight, make the tap, and an opportunity here for Tanner Horgan to score his 2. And this is out there, Kathy. They have to really knife this over. Colin Hodgson just to get a piece.
Keep going.
Still on it, working hard. He'll tap it enough. And where does that shooter end up? Spinning and spinning. And spinning a little bit too far. So, wow, Saskatchewan really dodging a bullet there. The lovely shot from Kelly Knapp. Northern Ontario can't capitalize, and they settle for a single. Welcome back to our Tim Hortons Brier coverage here on TSN in London. In what was shaping up, Kathy, to be maybe a 2, a 3 for Northern Ontario, Kelly Knapp with a wonderful shot to get Saskatchewan out of some trouble.
Just a terrific shot by Kelly. The stones weren't lined up to be automatic, but they read it right, threw the right weight. Kelly wished he could have thrown a little bit more, but the worst thing that you do is throw yourself off by overthrowing it.
Good.
But the key was also that he kept his shooter around and put it in a spot that Tanner Horgan had to really think about it. Got the roll out, and that one, Team Saskatchewan will be very happy with that.
Got a curl.
Straight up, go, 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 go. Go, buddy. Jeez, that was pretty good, hey?
And just enough there from Trent to remove it.
Yeah. Same weight as last end, eh?
I think that you're going to expect to see this morning some uncertainty on people's faces. Maybe not 100% of the shots made as they sort out the stones. No one here will be complaining about the fact that they're sharpened. They want the extra curl. They want that to stay through to the championship round. But it does take a little bit of adjustment. That's all it is.
Four. Line's good.
T-line.
Got a bit of room.
Needs to sit a little.
Line's good.
Weight's all right.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Play it here. Line is good.
Okay, we're almost there.
Curl a little. Yep. Hodge. Go, 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 go. Whoa. Beauty throw there, Jake. Attaboy.
Shot, Jake.
It's just amazing, Kathy. You've watched each and every draw updates providing us in TSN, and just the curl that popped out on the other side in that spot.
No, it is a lot. It'll be the most aggressive today and tomorrow. But it makes for great watching, and it makes for great throwing if you have the right weight and you're able to hit the broom well.
All right, update time, Kathy. I know you're watching this one. It is your son taking on Quebec and Felix Asselin as Quebec blanked the first end, and that is a look at the house in the second.
Well, on Jacques' final one, he hit a Quebec stone out in the wings and took away the in-turn side. So looking for the out-turn, trying to slash his own and make the double off the 2 in the 4-foot.
Felix Asselin slashes it in. That little spin. As Martin Crête looks it over, and yeah, it's a steal of one for BC.
I would agree. Yeah, probably. Yeah, one red.
So Jacques Gauthier, British Columbia, a 1-0 advantage. That's a massive game. Gauthier can't afford a 4th loss, and you know Felix wants to win number 4 to keep that playoff push going.
Oh, for sure he does. You want to stay at 2 losses as long as you can.
Play the weight.
Close now.
Yep. That's real nice. Great throws, Jake.
Well, Jacob's having a really good week at the Brier. Always a solid player, and Junior's playing for his brother.
Okay, try and punch him up.
But really making a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
Normal.
Updates continue, Kathy. It is Brendan Botcher who scored a pair in the first, taking on Scoff and Yukon.
Well, it is a mess out front. You saw that second shot belongs to Thomas, trying to get to shot stone.
Curl, and again, the same situation for Thomas Scoffin. The 3 losses can't drop to 4. Trying to get it through that port, and there's the wreck.
Okay.
And tapping in the Botcher stone, so a steal of 1.
Well, really tough shot for Thomas, and even that little tap, it was shot before, so he didn't make it any worse. But not a lot to shoot at.
And over in that game for that wildcard team for Brett Gallant, it's game 100 in his Brier career, and for Ben Hebert, game 175.
That's amazing. Think about how many people in this country have a dream of making it to the Brier and playing, and the numbers of times that they've been here and contending.
Straight. Whoa, curl.
Darren Moulding, tap, sticks them both as Northern Ontario lies too.
Normal.
I don't know if normal will make that, would it?
Yeah, probably. I think you can hang with normal. 3/4.
Okay.
Nicely done. And the double attempt now.
Normal. Oop.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Hard. Hard. Whoa. Yes.
Brennan
Yes.
Jones.
Hard.
Can he get both? And he'll just
shot.
drive it
That's
right
right,
by.
Brennan.
I think your tolerance this morning
Same weight.
with the sharpened rocks is just to stay on them for as long as you can. The couple of woes we saw last end just ticked at the end. Any coming off at all, it's
Control
going to get
criminals.
that movement.
Heavy control.
Whoa, curl, 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 curl.
Getting closer.
Whoa, straight, 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 straight.
Good.
Pretty good.
Good job, Jake.
Shot. Shot.
Good job.
Good pair.
Control.
Okay.
And look at that, Manitoba now a 5-0 advantage over Nathan Young and Newfoundland Labrador as Matt Dunstone, he scored 2 in the first and a steal of 3 in the second for a 5-0 lead. As if Dunstone can win, he will qualify top 3 and move on to the weekend, the placement round.
Because of the separation of these stones, not the double, trying to hit and roll underneath and use that yellow stone as a guard. But it did not finish.
Good throw, Brennan.
Good.
Yeah, I don't feel good at all.
Kind of weight.
Control.
That's okay.
Control weight,
Yet,
guys.
but it's okay. I'll be fine. Can I wait?
Control.
Okay.
Roll, we want to roll it. Couple rocks to the left.
Okay.
For Tanner doesn't want to stay right there. That will give the opportunity for Saskatchewan to attempt that hit and roll under again. If he hits and rolls to the left as you look at it, creates some separation.
Wait's pretty
Clean.
good.
Yep.
Yep, hard.
Yep.
Biting center line's perfect.
Hard, Jake.
Hard, keep it biting center.
Hard, Jake. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Good.
Little bit of a roll. Little bit of a roll. Hard, hard, hard. Yep, good.
Nice little flip from
Perfect,
Tanner
great feet.
Horgan, getting some separation from those yellow stones.
Very nice.
Good
throw.
Yeah.
Nice throw.
Great throw, bud. Perfect.
Exactly. It opens up the
Yep.
control.
Control.
Nice to make a big shot, Kathy, to get comfortable, and for Kelly Knapp, it didn't look very comfortable, but he certainly pulled off a great shot here.
Well, he didn't want to have to do this, but when that rock came to rest, there was a triple there. He makes contact with all 3, just doesn't have enough oomph to get rid of that last one, but his shooter, watch where it stays, right in front of the yellow Northern Ontario stone, and in trying to protect, Tanner Horgan would roll out.
so
That's a
close.
force. Terrific.
The key shot brought to you by OK Tire. Service, repair, tires.
Weight's good. Whoa.
Easy, close.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
Yes! Yes! Roll it.
Hard, 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 hard. Go, 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 go.
Shot, boy.
Nice shot, Kelly.
Good rock.
Pretty good little spot,
Good rock, bro.
and that is shot stone.
Good shooting.
Thanks.
Good throw, Kel.
Great
Nice
spot.
shot. Yeah, really good.
Pretty good, Kel.
Oh, that is a great spot. You heard the panic. It was starting to curl at the
Stop
end.
a couple feet.
They weren't playing it that cute,
This will be a good path to chase in.
but it look where it
Quick,
stops. Right behind the Northern Ontario stone.
Doesn't have a lot of this.
So just easy board weight. And you heard Brennan say he doesn't have a lot of it, probably from the hack about half, but you're not looking at the rock, you're looking at the brush, just throwing it straight at it.
Clean.
And letting the ice take care of itself.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Clean.
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 Whoa.
Clean.
Curl.
Clean.
Curl.
We're fine. Just
Curl. Curl. Curl.
We're good. We're good.
Hard on the yellow.
All good.
And there's the difference between
love
the
it.
backhand.
I knew we were by.
Tanner was
Good shot. Good shot. It's good. I just,
he was ready to roll, and Darren tried to settle him down. I love it.
Atta boy. Good shot. Threw great.
Just the very calm, we're okay.
14 and a quarter.
Just like me up here, Kathy, trying to keep you settled down.
Yeah,
Till
you're
your
my
coffee shows up.
Darren Morley. Yeah.
I'll take that. That's a good compliment. I'll take it. So the force is on, and now the draw here for Kelly Knapp to try and score his single in 3. Needs a bit better than full 12. Would love to put it on that Tim Hortons pin right in the lid.
And this is the shot that when you look at Kelly, you see tied 6th among skips, but I think it's because he hasn't had the chance to get enough reps. He's a wonderful drawer.
I don't think you can hurt this.
But you saw what he has been making so far. He's having to hit.
14-5.
You hear the time, 14-5 hog to hog, and that is lovely draw weight from Kelly Knapp. And he does put it right on that Tim Hortons button. A 1-1 tie in our feature this morning between Northern Ontario and Team Saskatchewan.
It is everything that you dream of as a young curler.
Playing in the Brier is a childhood dream.
I can't remember life without craving to be here.
Oh, that's tough to put into words, honestly.
You know, it's probably the biggest curling event in the world.
The most historic event in curling.
It's tradition, it's Canadian history.
The players know it, the fans know it, they just know how amazing it is to be a part of it.
Phenomenal event. I mean, you grew up watching everybody playing in it.
My first moments watching curling was probably the Ryan Express.
You see all those highlight reel shots over the better part of a century.
The fact that we created some of those memories was pretty special.
It's a real privilege, honor to be here.
We're just ecstatic that we have the opportunity to be a part of this epic week.
We have history made here in London.
It's like the Grey Cup is to football, the Brier is to curling.
For us, it's the greatest thing ever.
The Brier is everything.
It's pretty incredible, Kathy. You know, you look at the faces of those athletes and the emotion in their eyes, even just talking about it. And if you don't have chills, you're not alive, right? It's pretty cool.
You know, it is a sport that is so unique to our country. Years ago, the two things you had in every small town across the prairies was a grain elevator and a curling club. And in most small towns, it is still a place where people meet. And it is a part of the fabric of the community, and it is a very special sport in this Brier. It is truly a privilege to see teams get here for the first time. Of course, I've had that opportunity with Jacques, and as a family, getting emotional even thinking about it. It's been very special.
Yeah, I grew up in northern Alberta, in the middle of nowhere, 3-sheeter.
100%.
Next door was Setna, Alberta, 2-sheeter.
Yes.
It just, and that's what you did. It's very cool, very special.
Curl!
Get it back there.
As we bring you back to our feature game here at the Tim Hortons Brier, Saskatchewan, Northern Ontario.
Hard!
A hit and a roll and a nice split of the house from Northern Ontario. And I'll tell you what, Jacob Horgan continues to have a wonderful game.
He is such a great player, and he flies under the radar a lot as a front-end player, and he's not flashy, but he just goes about doing his business in a very efficient way.
And 2 stones counting around 2 corners right now, and Northern Ontario with hammer here in 4.
And I would say that in this game, Muddy, so far, Northern Ontario really has been very much pushing Saskatchewan. Had it not been for a wonderful shot by Kelly Knapp in the first end,
Stay close.
could have been much different on the scoreboard. So for Saskatchewan, you say, look, we had our back against the wall. We got out of it. We need to just amp it up a little bit.
Come on, hold it.
Okay, whoa.
Okay.
Thought we needed more.
Darren's going to look. Shotstone is still definitely Northern Ontario. Who's second shot?
It is really hard to
and then
tell.
anything coming back
Close.
We might be 3.
Yeah. I think we're just, but we
want
want
to be here.
We want to block the freeze. That's the main thing.
Edge on edge is good.
Same weight as I've been giving you guys, I think.
Yep.
Line's good.
Hard kick, no bad. I think it's
Line's tight.
Yep,
The weight's there.
Weight's close.
Line's good.
Line's good. Play the. Yeah. Whoa.
Line's good.
Whoa. We're close. We're there already.
Get over curl.
Fight the 8.
Hard.
Fight the 8, yep.
We're biting
We're there.
We're biting
We're
We're there.
Has to sit.
It's good.
Good.
Very nice.
Sorry, just a bit.
Would love it to be a little bit deeper and a little bit more to the left to take away the freeze in that pocket behind the tee line, but they couldn't afford to sweep anymore. It was just over curling. This is one of those days when you put the broom down, move it over 3 or 4 inches to the left. Take a little bit extra.
And the same whole story, Kathy. Who picks up on that quicker? You know, who reads the ice better, quicker, jumps on that, and uses that information to
Top 4, top 8.
improve their chances as we get closer to
Top 8.
that seeding pool championship weekend.
Come on.
Top 8. Top 4.
Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta count that. Gotta count that.
Holy smokes.
15-1.
Wow. Over on sheet C once again, Brendan Botcher, wild card 1, really applying the pressure here to Team Yukon.
Well, Thomas Scoffin needs the Tim Hortons button, and he's facing 4.
Bit of room.
Looks felt light. Lines, whoa.
That one loss, you see Brendan Botcher 5-1 coming yesterday to Team Canada, Brad Gushu.
Not breaking yet. It's not breaking.
See Wade Scoffin, Thomas's father, is their alternate at back playing today. An injury on the team.
That has to slow down, Kathy. Mark Kennedy there.
One red.
And
Will
a
not.
steal. So, yeah, 2 in the first, and then back-to-back steals. 4-0 Botcher.
Curl.
We're heavy.
Curl to here, Jake.
We're all to the tee. We're behind the tee almost.
Knife it to here.
It's
Nice, yep.
now you can.
Go, yep. Nice, yep.
Go.
Hard.
That's a good spot.
It's actually not bad. Maybe I should have just left it there.
That's fine because this one, we have enough yellows in there.
Well,
Weight was good.
So when the rocks are sharpened, as the weight comes off, they really start to dig and grip. Think about something sharp
Just get to right here.
on the ice, and that's what happens.
Like bored?
So take a look at this rock. It's spinning. And then as the weight starts to come off right there, see as it starts to curl, it starts to spin, it's grabbing and digging, and that's when it's almost too late if you've waited to get close to a guard. It just does what it wants as the weight comes off.
It's good.
Bob. Yep. Hard, you gotta go.
That's the yellow over there.
So Brendan Jones, the 2 yellows are moving.
A little soft, eh?
Just on his release, yeah.
Come right into the side of it.
Yeah.
What kind of weight do you like?
Like firm. Normal.
Well, let's make a call here. We might not need to move it. Oh, we don't need to move it.
We don't need to move that one.
That one's better than this one.
Yeah.
I think just run into it. Can you run into it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to kill it.
I think
Just roll into it.
I like firm.
Just roll in.
I like firm too, Darren.
So depending on
Two-thirds
who you
even?
think is that fourth shot stone, this could be a chance to lie 4.
Well, I think they decided that the red stone that is buried behind the corner on the right is not closer than the yellow to the left, and so he doesn't have to really move it. So this isn't an aggressive call. It's about hitting and rolling towards that side. Take away that pocket to come around and freeze.
Curl.
Yep.
Curl.
Whoa.
Curl.
Clean.
Curl.
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 Curl. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Clean.
Roll it over,
Good
little
shot,
tap.
good shot.
So they lie at 3 for sure, or maybe 4 with hammer here in 4.
Pretty good.
Then they can just come through
Normal.
here.
This was the pocket they were trying to take away, and with that roll, they have.
That's all I see. I don't know.
Yeah, even if we just roll like half under, then they have a double right there, and then we're screwed.
I don't know what else to do. I think we got to do something with this. Get it over here. Hopefully they nose, and then we have a freeze or something.
Yeah.
So we got to throw it pretty firm, hey? Try and get a flat roll, like normal.
Yeah, I think normal.
Okay.
Well, the yellow stones are building up. There's no doubt. It's 3 for sure. Muddy, I don't know about the 4th one.
I was thinking a shade more. It should curl up. Right here?
Trying to hit this one and move into the mix. It's very flat,
Guys,
but
like
even
normal
if
at
you're
that ice?
right here, it may force Northern Ontario to play the run back, and maybe there will be a pocket that Kelly can freeze into.
Yep. Gotta go, Trent. Hard, Trent. You gotta go.
Hard.
Hard for nose.
Hard.
4th rock throwers now here in 4. And things are shaping up very nicely here for Northern Ontario for a big score.
Are. I would really love to hit and stick right there, because the degree of difficulty that will face Kelly Knapp is really high.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
A little solid.
Yep. Yep.
Tanner Horgan.
Yep. Hard. 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 Hard.
Big
No
scrub
roll.
call.
No roll.
Hodgson wants to hold the shooter. They will.
Nice shot.
That came down.
And again, they lie 3, maybe
weight.
4.
Yeah.
Good shot.
I think.
Good call, Darren.
Base throw.
Good read on that. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
I think they're
Normal right there.
okay.
All right, boys, make a good roll here.
Yeah.
What kind of weight, Kel? Normal.
Okay.
Just a nice release here, and should be perfect. That was good weight, hey?
Yeah. Yeah.
So where can he go here, Kathy? I mean, the trouble is what it is. He can just hit,
a
and you're
pinch
giving
more,
up
Brennan.
maybe 3, maybe 4. Yeah.
You hit and roll to the left as much as you can. The problem is for Kelly is that the stone that he's hitting is on a parallel with the stone that he's trying to roll beside. If it was higher, he would have a better opportunity to roll.
Close. Yep. Yes.
Yep. Final stone in some trouble here. Kelly Knapp.
Hard. Jeez.
Wow.
And just the nose hit as that curled up on them more than they thought it would.
Well, they lost it again. It's so hard to call when you've only got a third of the stone, but you have to believe that it's going to go.
Northern Ontario had a 4-ender in their last game versus Northwest Territories. Final stone on the way. It's a hit for 3 and maybe 4, depending on that redstone back 12.
Hard.
First things first, have to hold the shooter. Colin Hodgson again, a big scrub. Able to hold it. So 3 for sure.
3 for sure, Jonesy. I think we'll measure. Yeah.
Good job.
We need a measure.
Yeah.
Woo. Good.
Colin.
If I was a betting man, and I am.
3 for sure. Maybe 4.
Last night, so
Yeah.
citrus oil, usually
I think it's us.
when I have it like in a beer or something.
If I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I'd say it's yellow.
So 3 for sure on the board for Northern Ontario.
I think it's yellow. Either way, I mean, good end. Yeah.
This is for 4th shot.
Hard to believe Saskatchewan, that last Brier, Rick Folk way back in 1980, and for Northern Ontario, Brad Jacobs, Edmonton, 2013. As we await the measurement here.
4th yellow, yeah?
Yeah. Three and a half.
Almost 3.5.
Yeah. Yellow.
Well, they came out very strong this morning. It was a triple from Kelly Knapp that got his team out, but not that end.
A big 4 on the board as Northern Ontario leads. Welcome back to London and our Brier coverage here on TSN.
Make sure.
And that 4 really jumps out to you. That's massive for Northern Ontario. And really for Kelly Knapp, not a lot that he could really do. It was just an end that was setting up for Northern Ontario.
Well, precision by Northern Ontario, making lots of shots exactly as called. And it really was the struggle early with Saskatchewan in placing those come-around draws, having them over-curl, really close on weight. But just the broom a little bit tight. And for Kelly Knapp's last one, very difficult. Even if he rolls, there's going to be a shot for Northern Ontario for at least 3.
Keep going. Keep going, guys. Oh, one's good. Keep going.
But it's still early in the game. Lots of time for Saskatchewan.
Come on, Brennan.
Sorry,
Oh,
guys.
man.
Wow.
That's a tough one.
Top 12.
Top 8, top 12. Pretty close. I think you're close right now. Line's good. Line's good, a little tight.
Yeah, lines. Lines. Straight. Straight.
It has just gotten very noisy in here, and that is something that the curlers have to deal with.
Get it in. Get it in. Come on, buddy. Go, 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 go. All right.
Great to see the school kids from the local area around London, Ontario come enjoy the curling.
That looks good.
So he will try one more time here. Trent Knapp.
It's good. Halfway.
Weight's good. 2.5's good, guys.
Easy. It's running.
It's got to be tough, Kathy. You as a front-end player, played for years. You know, you miss your first one, you don't get over the line, and then the second one, you pretty much bet you're probably going to be a little deeper.
Good toss.
For sure. It's a struggle, and I think that for Trent, he's so used to throwing one, and you don't really put a lot of weight on it, and with the sharpened bottoms, it just didn't carry for him.
Outstanding numbers for Jacob Horgan.
Line's good.
I didn't mind it.
Little bit. Line's good. Top 8. Straight.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Okay. Straight.
Update time. It's been a tough one for UConn. Brendan Bottcher really applying the pressure over on sheet C.
But a draw for 4. And Brian, I don't know how this happens, but Thomas Scoffin finds ways to score 4. We're not focused on that game, of course, so I don't know how it happened. But for Team Bottcher, that is something that they have to protect against. We've seen that a couple of times. They get up, and I don't know whether it's lack of focus.
You got it.
But a 5-1 team and up 4-0 should not be giving up 4.
That's why I love this event, Kathy. Anything can happen. No lead is safe. There's no freebies out there. Good for him. 4-4 tie. Thomas Scoffin, nice draw to tie things up.
Gotta go.
Control.
Every inch. Come on.
Mike Armstrong
Good shot.
will jam the yellow back as for Mike, his second Brier appearance. We saw him in Saskatoon 2012
Just run into
as
it.
the lead for Scott Manners.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the corners.
You could just throw peel.
Firm.
Darren, what if we just hit it and kill the yellow? Not set off.
The corner.
Then he goes here.
No. Do you mean the corner? Okay.
Firm. Half.
Okay.
Half.
Just firm.
Whoa.
Easy.
Curl.
Oh, God.
Curl. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, that works.
Actually,
Definitely does. That works out really well.
Not the called shot, to be clear.
Well, Northern Ontario trying to do what Brad Jacobs did before, and that is win a Brier title. It has been some time for these teams.
Well, you look Alberta all-time, 29. Manitoba, the last one, it was Jeff Stoughton here in London, those 27 all-time. You mentioned Rick Folk, 1980 Saskatchewan with 7. And kind of cool for the first time as well, a wild card team won the Brier, and that was last year Brad Gushu, now Team Canada.
All right, guys, go.
Come on, boys. Strike it.
Go.
You got a good one. Come on. Get it in. Come on, Trent. Come on, Trent. Go.
Trying to find a little bit of that paint. That was a good brush to squeak it in there.
That's a great brush. No quit.
There's a lot of sweeping today. Really good spot.
and we're just through 5.
Which turn?
Yeah.
And it does speak to fitness level required at this event. Even if you play a lot and you're in a gym a lot, when you come to this event, you find another gear, you have to dig deeper,
fine, roll out.
push harder. And it's 10 ends. You're also brushing the pregame practice. It is very wearying.
Yep.
That was a rocket out of his hands. Darren Moulding got one, and he'll jam it, but the one in the house is gone.
Good throw. Sorry.
And you saw Darren's numbers also
throw,
very
really
impressive, high 90s.
You haven't done one of those in a while. I didn't know how to brush it. I should have guessed.
Okay. Pretty good.
Trent Rock. Little tight.
So that run back by
Line's
Darren
really
did
tight.
remove the shot stone, but left both of the guards. And so Kelly trying to use them. And it is well light.
Whoa. Sorry, Cal. Okay.
Just a little soft handle.
Yeah,
Just
well,
going
that
right
one
away.
was a bad throw.
Your weight, I thought, was good. Like, kick speed looked good.
Yeah. That's ugly. Holy.
Peel is not bad. It's lined up.
It is.
The only issue with the guard.
Close game on
is
sheet
he's
A,
got
BC
two rolls, right?
and Quebec. As
I
Jacques
like
Gauthier
this.
up 2-1.
Try to get this double peel.
And Manitoba pulling away
Even if I just get
8-1.
the doubles, good.
And Matt Dunstone with hammer
Well,
as well.
it'll go out if I throw the
It's
intern.
gone. Yeah.
I like it.
He's hitting like a thick half.
Make the double peel.
Yeah.
Intern big. 2/3 and everything's gone.
Just make the double peel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2/3.
Okay.
And this shot is dictated by the score. If it were closer, you could expect Northern Ontario might try to guard their shot, Stone.
Whoa, hard roll.
Darren Moulding
Yep. Whoa.
It's
Well, I guess that's how you get your guard anyways.
rolls the shooter to the center line, removes the stuff out in the wings.
I didn't see that.
Just
That's
trying to.
good.
They're not sure if the red
Is that out?
popped
Did that hit the
out.
board? Okay.
It
stayed in play.
does not.
Yeah, so that one did stay in
Our
play.
buddy back there has us.
They kicked it aside anyways.
8, back 12.
Back 12. Where would have I been with that?
Probably been T-line.
Oh, that wasn't T-line.
Well,
think so?
that's
No,
a terrific
that's hardly
shot.
in.
As I'd mentioned, one of the things that other teams might do if they were closer is play a guard to make this more difficult for
Easy
Kelly. He
hop.
got rid of all of the corners and got the center guard.
Back weight.
Go, curl.
Saskatchewan's done pretty well, Muddy.
I was going to say Matt Dunstone, so from Manitoba. Oh, and that's just been that kind of
I have no idea what the speed is anymore.
morning for Saskatchewan. As Matt represented Saskatchewan, actually lives in BC now out in Kamloops, but born in Manitoba, and for the first time, Manitoba on his
Sorry, Carl, I
crest,
have
and
no
as you
idea
saw
what
in the
happened.
update, doing very well
Try and get a score
this
here.
morning.
Foot on the nose. And if we're light, we're light.
Get on the nose.
Yeah, true.
Freeze nose, they got
Actually,
nothing
the best
for
shot
two.
is like freeze an inch high, right?
Just get,
And then
line is
if
really
we can
important to
bump
be
it
on the
like
nose.
2 inches,
We can tap it.
we will.
Freeze on the nose,
6 inches
right?
is fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Freeze it on the nose.
Yep. Yeah, you can freeze, you can tap it, anything. Just get
The
the
reason
nose
they
line.
say if you can get to the nose, he's
Be
got
the same.
nothing. Because if Kelly goes around, here
not
is
quick.
what
Yeah, it's not quicker than
Tanner
it
will
was.
play.
Same
No,
speed.
so my last draw I threw was the one that came up light in the second end.
Right.
That kick and then just a better, yeah.
4 feet more than that's perfect.
Yeah, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Again, loving the conversations that say 4 feet more, foot less. Those are really good guides that you can
Line's
take
good.
through to your hand rather than any
Line's
sort of
good.
number.
Line's good, easy.
Top 4.
Line's
Easy.
good. Straight.
Top
Yep.
4, top 8.
Yep.
Well, line's good. Yep.
Yep, line.
Yep.
Yep.
Line, yep.
Hard line.
Hard.
Hard line. Hard.
Curl.
Yeah, get across.
Jake,
Curl.
Go.
Keep going.
Whoa.
That's good. Nice shot.
Good shot.
Yeah. I think we just
Real
showed
good.
enough.
That's great.
Yeah, we're losing
You're either
speed
going to
there.
have it easy enough there
Yeah,
or a little slap.
absolutely. Yeah.
Attaboy. It was a good throw. I missed that line call. It's starting to move more
Well,
like we
it-
talked about with the clip.
That was a little softer. Like I could have.
I know, but
Got out better.
I seen like Jake's was the same thing. They
Same
look
thing?
good. I think just
It's starting to. Yeah.
the light clip and now it's good throw, man. Keep it up.
It's another great
Yep.
asset
you're
that
gonna need
Darren
that.
brings. He's an ice maker, so
Guys like
really
this?
understands what the ice
Side of
makers
that,
do
we
in
hit
terms
the
of
wall.
clip when you sharpen stones, and that is something that he can help to explain and make the team understand.
Give yourself some
As he
ice.
works back
Is this
home,
good?
Lacombe and Bentley
Give me a
curling
shade more,
clubs.
probably, yeah.
Head ice technician, Kathy. They
Excuse
like-
me?
Yeah, head ice technician. Thank you.
Guys like back 4 here. I mean, it's a bit of a
Broadcasting
risk.
specialist, Kathy.
That, yes.
Broadcasting
I just like to hit rolls.
specialist.
Or an So hitting and rolling under.
Yeah, back one.
I think that Northern Ontario thought that Kelly might take a run at that in-turn hit and
14 and a
roll
quarter still.
Yeah.
over. But for Kelly, trying to get underneath.
Yeah, line's good. Trench rock. Line's good. Line's good. Line's good.
Okay.
You got room.
It's good.
Finish it. Curl. 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 Curl, you got it. Go, 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 go.
Look at them drag it and curl and shot stone top button. That was a wonderful team shot by Saskatchewan.
We talked about Kelly's strength, making the big draws when it matters.
Good shot.
And it still didn't turn out good.
Forward weight.
And what he means by that is that Tanner's got that stone on the left side, that just a simple little tap tap.
Is that enough ice, boys?
I think it's minimum. That's only 3-4 inches of curl.
The better place for Kelly is if they were to take that stone back a little bit further, it makes this shot a little bit harder, but then it also,
I like the ice.
they have the stone in the wings,
I
and so Tanner had him on both sides.
And that was, you heard the conversation with Darren and Tanner. That conversation, the good communication, they put it exactly where they wanted that stone to go, so they had this option.
Weight's good.
Yep.
Tanner Horgan,
Clean.
his final stone here in 5, with 1 to come.
Whoa.
Hard. Hard. Hard.
Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Curl.
Curl. Curl. Curl.
Hard.
Clean.
Hard.
Now Jacob.
Clean.
What a shot. Nice little touch. Away the red stone goes.
Good.
Really good.
Great shot. Perfect.
Great shot.
That's
Really good weight for that shot.
So I just
Attaboy.
should have
And so again,
like hack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Nice shot. That was good. I mean, that's cool.
throw, Cal.
Yep, same thing.
You bet.
Could you have thrown more weight, Kathy, and chipped that stone right out, and it just makes the draw against more for Kelly, or is...
you could have, but there's no need to. It is so nice and predictable, the ice. You're lying at least 2, maybe 3.
Yep.
You're up 4 on the board. Just want to make sure that you're shot and you're forcing your opponent to make another really tough shot.
It's funny because one of your keys was, you know, the full 10 ends, the full 60 minutes, that intensity. And as we saw right next door, up by 4 wild card 1, you want to always put the hammer down when you can and apply
Line's good.
as much pressure as possible. Final stone here
Right on the tee.
for Kelly Knapp here in 5, and needs another quality draw to pick up his single.
Right on the tee.
The good news is he just threw it.
Got to curl a bit. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Needs to curl up a little bit more and now stop, and it just goes too far.
Oh,
Just overbrushed it a hair. That had to curl a little bit more. His weight was perfect. It's been that kind of morning for Saskatchewan. All Northern Ontario after 5.
The 2023 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee. By Cashmere Bathroom Tissue, nothing feels like it. By BKT Tires and OK Tire. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Beginning of March, as our season of champions continues here, London, Ontario. It's nice. It's been sunny the last couple days in the morning, and all smiles inside for Northern Ontario, as it's been smooth sailing for this team out of Sudbury. As we check the numbers, Kathy, after 5.
well, that 4 leaps out at you at the board. It was earlier in the game, Northern Ontario put pressure, but Saskatchewan got out of it, but not so much that end. And that last rock by Kelly threw it perfectly, just overswept, and that leads to another steal. And we talked about Darren Moulding, what he brings to Tanner Horgan and this team. Today, it's not only the other stuff, but he's also shooting brilliantly.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet Canada, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. A little chat with head coach Brian McCusker, trying to come on back in our feature. We'll step aside and return for the final 5. Welcome back inside Budweiser Gardens here in London on this Wednesday afternoon. A lot of kids all week long, taking in the action from the Tim Hortons Brier Canadian Men's Curling Championship. And then that gentleman's just on his iPad playing games.
Checking the weather.
Fair enough. Weather's actually, it's been good. At least it's been sunny.
Beautiful sunny day today.
Yeah, gorgeous mornings. Nice sunset yesterday here in London. As the area was hammered, the whole basically GTA Greater Toronto area, London, which is about a 2-hour drive just plus west of Toronto, a ton of snow dump, but clearing up, and we're hoping, Kathy, golf season right around the corner. You know when the Masters is right around the corner, that golf season is approaching.
This is running. Favorite event of the year.
Well, we're okay. Just
welcome back
away.
to our feature, 610 Saskatchewan, Northern Ontario, and Kelly Knapp in tough, down by 5 with hammer here in 6, throwing the red rocks.
Perfect.
We saw Brian McCusker talking to them, and I think that a lot of that conversation will be about opening up the broom and making sure that you're not ticking on things, that you're getting over it, and to sweep early and be aware that they cut at the end, and just feel bad for Kelly Knapp. He threw that last one perfectly, and the team has just seen so many dies so fast. You can understand why they were on it, but that little bit of extra sweeping was not needed.
Right here, boys. Yeah, get some separation. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go.
Good, Trent. Good shot.
All right, Kathy, let's continue our updates. BC and Quebec.
Well, there were 2 Yellowstones on the left side grouped, and no way for Jacques to make a double. And so what he elected to do is try to play the hit and roll under. He hit and he rolled, but he did not get completely underneath. And that is why this is an opportunity for Felix to hit and stick for 2.
Okay, clean, we're good, we're good.
Check in.
Beautiful. Right on the nose, 2 on the board. As Felix Asselin and Team Quebec a 3-2 advantage over Jacques Gauthier and TBC after 5.
We don't need behind the team.
It's over curling.
Northern Ontario trying to force all the play away from those 2 corner guards stacked by Saskatchewan.
In the 8 foot.
Just pinch that one a hair.
Good.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
Wanted to be a little bit further over left so that even if a stone is buried around those 2 reds, it would be the Northern Ontario stone that would be shot and out count it.
Just through kind of weight, yeah. Just easy hack. Yep. That's good. Hard. Easy hack. Hard. Easy hack. You got it. Go. Buddy.
Brendan Jones trying to help out Mike Armstrong here. On it, off it.
No roll. Yep.
And that little tap and roll really behind the corners. Good spot there for Saskatchewan.
Super shot. That's how it starts. You get that 1 roll under.
Well, Kathy, the last time we checked it on this sheet, it was a draw for 4 for Scoffin. And it looks like Brendan Botcher, what's he attempting here?
It's hard to tell whether it is he that is shot or it is Scoffin. So this is either the draw to the 4 foot or the draw for 2. But lots of rocks in play.
Curl.
Brett Gallant, Ben Hebert. Ben trying to knife it over. Mark Kennedy in the house.
No, it is a draw for 2.
Okay.
And that was some of the struggles yesterday.
Just not sharp. So Botcher does lead, though, 5-4. Trying to pick up win number 6. Botcher trying to get the victory and ensure himself at least a tiebreaker if he can win.
Weight's pretty good.
Line's good. Top 8. Felt there.
And this is a 3-step process. You have this first round robin. You need to finish top 3 to go to a playoff seeding placement pool. And then you try to get out of there and get into the page. Kind of a betwixt in between.
13-8, just a little heavy.
It's one of those shots that'd be so hard if you were trying to do that.
Yes, and not freeze on the corner of either.
Well, I just don't like.
Push this.
I don't
And a
like
bit of a
this
runaway
wall
on
here
sheet
'cause they
B
put
as
one in here
Manitoba,
and
Matt
you can't
Dunstone
remove.
in
Why
complete
don't we just-
control
we
with
can
hammer
always
in
get it.
6.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think just
The
remove
only-
the wall. It's really
I think
low
that's
risk
what the house
shot.
for too. I kind of like Colin's shot there. I think that's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see if they can split the house for 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
Northern
like that.
Ontario
Right
does
in
not
yeah.
need extra rocks in play.
Scoreboard shot. Yeah. Give him 2, whatever. Yeah.
So this is about moving multiple stones, not interested in just hitting it on the nose. Get rid of a bunch of granite so that Kelly can't freeze into a pocket that Northern Ontario can't remove.
Clean. Yep.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Clean.
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 Yep.
That's pretty good.
The little
That's good.
action spinning up top.
That intern's running nice now.
And also, yeah. Watch that spot, Darren.
I'm throwing that intern better.
Really good.
Yeah.
That was.
I'm throwing it hard too. Like,
Yes.
That's good.
I've got my legs back.
You got it. Yeah.
Something with this, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Darren had some injuries earlier in the year. That is why he started to call the game when he came back,
The
just
only
to be
thing
able
is
to
if
help.
he knows, he can just rip a double.
He's got a block.
Well, like a hair low then, so it jams.
What's that?
Yeah, just the hair low.
Well, look
Yeah,
at the
okay.
screen. It's not going to jam.
Just throw like control weight.
just a-
You could even throw board, but I think control.
7/8
Control.
lower. Nose is pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it should pop out a bit anyways with nose.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
Or you could play it softer.
No. Whatever you like.
I like bump,
Whatever
honestly.
you can read. Yeah, like it's a line shot.
Well, and the reason that you want to play a little bit more than soft is that you'd love that stone that you have in the house to be able to count at some point. But if you can get right to the nose of this stone, it will not be removable by Northern Ontario. They'll probably play the other stone. Needs to stick right there. Got a little bit of a roll.
It's not missing on the wrong side.
Yep.
Out, turn.
Unreal.
Some days this game just seems so hard.
Unreal.
Whoa. Curl.
Another rocket here from Darren Moulding.
Curl.
Trying to hit the red and come cross country. One off the yellow. My goodness.
Oh. That did not work out.
It's okay.
Oh, I threw that nice.
Yeah,
Just
a little wide. That's fine.
And that opens the door for Saskatchewan to
shoot,
score
I
their
like
2
that throw
here in
early.
6.
Need less ice if I'm going to throw it like that, hey? Is that wide?
Well, that's how I'm throwing my out turns.
I know.
So I don't know. Whichever way you like, because.
Is that good?
No, wait.
You're back
Not
four.
curling yet.
Back
Well,
four,
the
back eight.
door
Back eight.
opened for Saskatchewan with that shot. A chance to split the house and try to get your 2. And the handle is really struggling to turn on this stone.
High shot, Brennan.
Good shooting. Nice.
Good shot, buddy.
We want it. Wow.
There. Try to leave it up. Give him 2 years.
I like
get the
doing
hammer
this,
back,
and
maybe
then
get a blank
they've got to deal
score.
with this rock.
Why don't we just?
Problem is there's no double this way.
Why don't we just nose it then? Just roll in. They have to hit us. If they don't roll wide, I got a double.
Okay.
I don't want to roll into
Just
the back
here.
4. Yeah. Just
Control.
enough to get shot.
Control.
Yeah.
Tanner's always looking at
Yeah, just
angles
enough to
and
get shot rocks.
where
Yeah,
we
just roll
go.
anywhere.
How do we create a double? It's very flat right now.
No,
for
double
sure.
off this one. Eventually.
Yeah, just be shot.
Control weight.
Yep.
Tanner, also an
Speed's
ice
good.
technician back home,
Just
so
have
you
them
know
off,
him and
it'll run
Darren
nice.
lots to talk about when it comes to curling and with work. And we saw him at the Brier in 2018. He was the alternate for Brad Jacobs, but he played a lot.
He did.
He played alternate, obviously, on the bench, but then he played lead. He was 3rd. Played in 6 games in Regina.
Clean.
Whoa.
Clean. swing, yeah.
Whoa, whoa. Curl.
Curl.
Curl. Curl. Curl. Curl. Hard.
Curl,
Hard.
Jake.
Keep going. Keep
Curl.
going. Keep going.
Roll it, roll it, roll it.
He wanted to get
Okay.
shot,
Good.
Stone.
That's fine. Yeah. Good
A
shot.
little more solid than normal.
Yeah, just
Good.
a hair up.
A bit heavier than
Yeah. Just a little more weight than usual.
Yeah. Nice throw. Okay, it's a good end. It's fine.
I like that throw.
Yeah. It's a good end. Like,
Well, when it's tough, part of this Brier week is really grueling, and friends and family being on hand is always such a part. It's
Still
great
14 and a
perspective
quarter,
to
Cal.
get off
14
the
and a
ice
quarter,
and just
okay.
think
Yeah.
about something else.
Find that's too, Kathy, what made that bubble so tough. You just looked around at the cardboard cutouts. It just wasn't quite the same during that run in Calgary.
No.
And you ask any athlete, I mean, that was the one Darren won, right? They won that Brier, Darren Building
If anything,
with
I
Brendan
think, guys.
Botcher. And
In the silence.
to not have, you know, some of your favorite
Put on the
memories. You look at
tee.
Carrie Anderson just won again, and the first thing is you know, her twins and loved
good.
ones and
Yes.
family
Put
and
on the
friends
tee.
and that hug and that embrace, because you wouldn't be here without them.
14-9.
You wouldn't have this opportunity without them. So it's pretty cool to have that back.
a little more, a little more, a little more.
Well, and even if you're not winning, Muddy, it's just a reminder that there is life outside of this game. For Kelly, lots of changes in his life this year. He's a new dad. As we look at Brianne and Nadine, that's her mom beside her. And the baby is somewhere else. Baby James. It's tough. You can see the lack of stress is not on her face.
And we've seen Brianne at Scotty's before as well, so always nice in the family when you can talk curling and strategy at home.
It's not going to be crazy, but just nice and solid.
2/3.
yeah.
Yep. Hard.
This is a rocket.
Roll it.
Trying to roll that across and make it tough.
Hard. Good.
And it is the shot Stone. That might have been the hardest rock we've
said
seen
before you threw that,
all
not
week by
anything too
far
hard.
from Tanner Horgan.
It's like a 4 or 5.
That like went forward
Exactly.
really hard.
Well, and as a brusher,
I
try
had
to keep
throw
up
it
with
less
that.
weight.
Spin,
Spin
more
it.
spins.
Less weight and spin.
anything too hard.
I had to throw less weight and spin it, then it would have popped.
I'm guessing that's what that is.
Hack weight, guys.
Now, there's two ways to make some of those really big long shots. One
Should
is
get
the
some
weight,
curl.
the other
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
there you
spin,
go.
because as Tanner says, it pops off. But for Kelly, chance, he's throwing quieter weight because of the positioning of the red stone. Just wants to tap it back for 2.
Line's good.
Trying to stay in this game. Team Saskatchewan. Final stone here, Kelly Knapp.
Clean it. Close. Clean it. Yes.
Quiet weight, needs to make the little tap and pick up his deuce.
Clean it. Easy. Whoa. Attaboy.
Shot, Cal.
Shot, Cal.
And a
Really
nice
good.
shot for Team Saskatchewan and Kelly Knapp. Getting right back in it. Yeah, nice job playing to the crowd a little bit as he's within 3.
It is. Oh, watch this. Come on, baby. Go, 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 go. Hey.
Put that on your highlight reel.
They've got to hit maybe 3 inches of it.
One more. Have you got enough? Oh, goodness gracious, what a shot.
Brilliant.
Hard. Yes. Oh, yes. Here we go. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Hard. Say it with it, Heber. Here we go. Bang, bang. Move it. On and away they go.
He has a chance of making everything go away.
Here we go. Bang. And across. Oh, and
Something special.
we have history made here in London.
That's great stuff. Jake Higgs, first ever win for Nunavut. Both these gentlemen needing a win this afternoon. That is our feature. Draw 14. Matt Manuel, Nova Scotia 3-2 record. Reed Carruthers, wild card team 2 at 2 and 3, 2 p.m. Eastern time. As Russ Howard will join myself and Kathy. All the coverage right here on TSN. Saw Matt Manuel make a number of lovely shots as well for Nova Scotia.
So playing with a lot of confidence, Muddy.
Looking forward to that one. 6-3.
Good shot.
It is Northern Ontario leading now with Hammer in 7. A nice shot from Saskatchewan and Kelly Knapp to pick up his first pair in this game after the single he scored in 3. So trying to now find a way to generate some steal points as we're in the final half of this game.
Well, the tough part for Saskatchewan is that you now have to leave stones around because you need to find a way to steal. Force is okay. Still have time if you force and take 2, force and take 2.
Line's really good.
Weight's good.
But it is the balance for Kelly of risk and reward.
Curl a shade. I think it's fine where it is. It's fine where it is. Yep. That's good. Easy, easy. It's fine. It's fine.
Shot.
And a lot of rocks in play over on sheet A between BC and Quebec with one to come from Jacques Gauthier.
Well, there's been a lot of looks by both teams at the stones in the 8-foot to figure out who, in fact, is second shot.
I had a little light.
Team BC is for sure shot, so Jacques drawing to lie 2, and then you can expect that they would put a stick on those 2 8-foot stones.
How's his draw weight been this week, Kathy? Is he doing all right with the ice?
He's doing all right with the ice. I think some of the degree of difficulty, he's been bouncing off stones, and so the numbers aren't always that good. But just the pure draw weight, he's fine.
I think it's red, but 2 measure. Yeah.
So 2 for sure. They would measure there, Kathy, and it was just the 2. So 2 on the board for BC, and Jacques Gauthier a 4-3 lead.
It's good. 2.5. Running okay.
His line.
Well, we compared the numbers after 5 between the 2 thirds.
Line's really good.
And a couple of times, Brennan has been so close, but just rolled a little bit too far or wasn't able to make the stones, but a far better player than the numbers indicated. Nice guard.
Out looks easier.
Oh, yeah.
Hard. Yep. Clean.
Good.
Yep. Clean.
Perfect. Good shot. Nice roll.
It's good.
Let's stay patient. Good job.
Yeah, I like same spot.
Yeah. And so Team Saskatchewan will continue to guard the stone.
This one's picking.
Manitoba 10-3 over Newfoundland Labrador. And it's a 5-5 tie. Bosher wildcard 1 and Thomas Scoffa and Yukon. And the story there was Bosher was up 4-0. Then that score of 4 by Yukon to tie things up. So they're in a close one next door in Sheet C.
Nice spot.
Well, that for sure will be a conversation, win or lose, coming off the ice. You'd have to think for the Botcher team, when you're up 4, you have to minimize stones in play. You certainly don't want to give up the 4. Thomas Scoffin is one of those teams that just does not go away. They will stay with you. Darren looks to remove the guard one more time.
Curl, 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 curl.
Curl,
Keep
curl,
throwing,
curl,
keep
curl,
throwing.
curl, curl,
Keep
curl.
throwing. Good.
I like that. I even think that you could be half
Yeah, that would be okay too. Just we'll get a little more finish. Like we could bury like 3/4 around that.
Then there is a like if you're right
if we're
here,
3/4 behind the red, I don't think the drag's there. Right there. I mean, we don't have to cut it too cute. Like that's max, but we just want to be right here.
Yep.
Well, he knows the rocks will drag, and he's trying to figure out where to put his stones so that a nose hit on the red will not remove the stone that he's about to throw.
Like this?
Yeah, where do you want it? Like back 4?
Yeah, just back 4 foot.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I do.
Nose hit for 2.
Or just spread it
nose
out
hit
and
for
give
1.
us a force. Yeah.
Like, I think if I just blow up the top, it's pretty low risk.
If you like it, yeah.
I don't know. Like,
we'll see where it ends up.
I think the only way we get into trouble is if we try to dig out. I like the freeze or the smash.
So Tanner assuming that Kelly will make this shot, which is the best mindset to be, and always assume that your opponent is going to make it perfectly and then figure out what you might play. It's a good way to make good use of your time clock. You know what he's called.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I think so.
You're going to have to finish this.
Line's good.
Button back.
Line's perfect.
Line's good.
And we know the Brier, Kathy, next year back to Regina.
Yes.
Straight.
Straight.
This team out of the Highland Curling Club in Regina. The Scotties will be in Calgary, Alberta. And a good effort to tuck a little piece behind for Shotstone.
Yeah, we're leaving them like just a foot short of where they need to go this game.
Well, they did sweep that one the whole way. So,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
like,
I'm not.
And I got 2/3 of it. I've thrown this.
Okay.
Hack.
Just hack, yeah.
So easy way to hit and roll towards
Hack
the
weights at
broom.
2.
Okay. Well, wait. Hack.
Hack weight.
Okay.
Okay.
Clean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. Hard. 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 Hard.
As the stone makes his break past the center line, Colin Hodgson. And that little clip.
Wow.
Okay.
Good throw.
Okay.
Good throw.
It's okay.
I thought we could hold that.
Wow.
What's going on?
I don't know why
I like the throw.
Me too.
That's crazy.
All right.
I love that throw. I thought it
Me
was
too.
heavy if anything.
Just had to sweep.
Yeah.
But
Wow. I thought we were by for sure.
you shouldn't give him a triple.
Yeah. Like if we're just like a hair low, then we should leave that stagger.
If we're on this side, we're good, I think.
Yeah.
If we're on this side, I think it'll just roll and give him a shot. I like that, Cal. Like, what do you think?
Well, I think we could throw like solid bumper.
Whatever you like.
I like that.
Okay.
Well, solid bumper, you want to remove the yellow stone. You're trying to make sure that your shooter goes that way where the broom went, so you don't set up the automatic triple.
Okay.
Northern Ontario has absolutely demonstrated they can throw up weight.
I think just like good bumper here is
Okay.
good
Yeah.
weight. Just really try and stick it on the inside of our red.
No, just a hair low?
Yeah, a hair low.
Okay. I like that, Cal.
And even if we like the miss is on your side, Trent.
Yeah, for
and then
sure.
we roll it way over.
Yeah.
Trying to generate some steal points
Okay, easy bump.
here in 7.
Just bumper.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Easy, easy.
Close!
Bumper.
Close!
Weight's good.
Mike! Trent! Curl! 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 Curl!
Mike Armstrong, curl it over. They didn't want to set something up, and they did. It'll be The nose hit for the single here for Northern Ontario.
Sorry guys, I like the throw. Just
Good throw.
Normal out turn.
Okay.
I was sure we were going to get to inside.
I know, that's why I had them go right away, because we weren't wide.
They were trying to hold that stagger,
that's
Kathy,
all right.
to make him draw.
I was on the same page as
They
you.
were. They were also concerned about not leaving the triple. And so what you say to yourself is, yes, we had the opportunity, but you're forcing.
Out turn. Firm.
Forcing your opponent. You'll get hammer back.
Is this a lot of ice for firm?
Yeah, I agree.
Firm weight. Looks good. Got this.
Good numbers for Tanner Horgan on his hits. But they pick him up right out of his hands. Need the nose hit.
Good.
Shot.
Hold the shooter. Bang, away they go.
Shot.
One yellow.
And a single for Northern Ontario.
Yeah, I really like that we threw a little weight at that.
Fist
I
pumps.
really like your weight call.
And a lead by 4.
We missed the line call.
You see 2 stones in the house, courtesy Colin Hodgson, the corner guard from Trent Knapp, and his second on the way in our feature. 7-3, Northern Ontario leads. And it is Saskatchewan down by 4. Red Rocks with hammer here in 8th.
Good.
Now, when you give up 4, you have to start to think in a positive way. How are we going to come back in this game? Well, Saskatchewan took 2, and then they forced their opponent. If they're able to take 2, all of a sudden you're within 2.
Good throw, Trent.
And that's what you have to start to count on. And throwing those 2 corners is a good way to start.
Yeah.
We need it.
I like more than that.
I like it.
Okay, you like it? Okay.
Open
Now, some
edge on
really
edge.
good numbers this morning for Colin. Playing very well.
Line's good.
That's a lot.
Line's good. Room. Whoa. Play the weight.
T-line.
Where do you want this? We're just above the tee right now.
Line's good.
We're right to your brim.
Okay.
Actually, just it's perfect.
Look at this curl over, Kathy.
Oh, yes.
My goodness.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
There
Well
is
done.
no lack of curl in these stones anymore.
Good judge.
That's
Huge
really
edge.
impressive. Yeah, 96%. Well done by Jacob Horgan this morning.
Oh, remember when we showed you earlier that the trending of the 2 Horgans was higher and higher, and I'm not sure how much higher Jake can go, but some great numbers. And it is, once you get settled in, your ability to feel comfortable with the ice and make a lot of shots,
Where?
that puts your team in contention, and this team very much is.
Oh, it's really got a curl.
Back 12.
Can we come around?
Yep.
Yep.
You're a little heavy.
Trent. Only if you're still in.
Can't. We don't want it.
Okay.
That's probably for the best.
Sorry, Mike. Too much ice.
Just a little heavy, I think.
Well, we wanted to tap it, though.
Yeah.
Maybe a foot too heavy.
Close, Mike.
Should have asked for less. I was like,
Well, okay.
Well, I see what he's saying, but
Well, we can talk about it. You want to?
No, I like this.
Okay. You like this? Yeah, we.
Every time we check in on Wildcard Botcher and Scoffin Yukon, a ton of rocks in play, and it looks like an opportunity for a good score here for Brendan Botcher.
Well, already lying 3s, looking for the 4-foot for his 3rd point.
max line.
Last time we checked in on Botcher, had an opportunity to draw for 2 and was just a titch heavy.
No, line's
So trying to rebound here.
I said max line.
You see the house, you see 2 already in for wild card, and
better.
there is number 3 as that'll just settle back 4. And wild card 1 Botcher 8-5 after 7.
Yeah.
What's that?
As we watch Jake remove one of the guards.
no, like of that one.
This one?
Yeah.
Bring it in, right?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you can also
Your
push
edge
it
edge.
and roll
No, this is
front
good.
too.
Like this.
Okay, so we're freezing.
Yep.
Felt close.
It's gonna be okay.
Line's perfect.
Top 4.
So Mike Armstrong
Line's
attempting
really good.
to freeze one in.
Line's good. Line's good.
Top
Line's
8.
good.
Yep.
Trent's
yep,
wrong.
line.
Yep, straight. Straight.
Hard line, hard line, hard line.
Straight. Hard, Trent. Hard, Trent. Come on, come on.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Nice throw, Mike. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It'd be nice to get rid of
Where
that
do you
one
want it,
anyways.
Darren?
Yeah, it's okay.
Edge.
Right there?
Good race.
So
I like
update
that.
time,
Off with
BC and Quebec, and it looks like Felix has one right now and one to come. So I believe a draw for 2 here, Kathy.
It is something unfortunate. Something was thrown on the ice when Jacques was in the hack, and that is something that you never like to see in our sport. It is everybody to their own, and so Sterling picked it up quickly and threw it away. But Jacques was able to make the hit and roll over, and a double would lead to a jam, and so this is the draw for 2, looking for 4-foot.
Yep, Jeff. Yep.
In a 4-3 lead right now for BC, Jacques Gauthier.
All you. Oh, sorry.
And this one needs to stop and slow down. And a little bit of frustration as it slides too far. It will be just the single.
Good.
In a 4-4 tie after 7.
She might.
Long. Yep.
Yep.
Back to
Whoa,
our
whoa.
feature, Brendan Jones.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
Making a play on the yellow,
Right.
on the
Hard.
button.
Go.
Well, we don't want to roll too much.
And that is the shot stone for now, Team Saskatchewan.
Unreal.
And that is Brennan's story today. He's not missing the
That's
called
lined up,
shot.
isn't it?
He's just not getting the rolls.
All the yellows.
No, the 7 never stays.
Well, I want the 7 to stay.
Well, then I got to throw like control. And we're going to get rid of these 2.
You know what, Darren? Just nose it with firm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Even up the top ones. You're
Out
right.
turn.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
roll
You know
it.
what? Yeah. Don't worry about the 7. Just nose hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kill 2 reds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stick your shooter there somewhere. Doesn't matter.
And it really is about elimination. So you come down, you hit this stone there, the red one goes there, this drives on there, and that stone goes out. And with a 4-point advantage, you can get so caught up in where do we go and what do we want to do. Just hit it off nose. Both reds go. And Saskatchewan needs to score a bunch of points, so don't let them.
Yeah. Curl.
Whoa.
Curl.
Curl.
No, straight.
Clean. Yep. Straight.
All the way.
Darren Molding.
Good.
Nice little tap. Reds
shot.
disappear.
That's
And Northern Ontario line 2.
It's not horrible.
Okay, it's fine.
Nice shot.
That's fine.
It's good. Good shot, Darren. You're right. I had the angle wrong.
And that is a huge difference.
Or coming around. I like freezing the pocket.
Well, out looks more natural, but we could throw in 2.
And really, you look at the score and the time in the game. If you're Northern Ontario, you give up the 2, that's no problem.
Nope.
Have Hammer back up by 2. Good control of this game thus far.
Pretty good. Wait's close.
Line's good.
Wait's good.
Room.
It's good.
Lots of room.
So he could play
Line's
that
good.
double, but then it's really
Lot of
easy
curl.
for Northern Ontario to get out of this and make the double back. So trying to sit in that pocket.
Just a little heavy.
Kathy, we could cut a highlight reel of a SportsCenter not top 10 of just the breaks they haven't gotten. It's just been exactly that all morning.
Well, I feel like it was just the last end that you said he couldn't do that if he tried, just to not
Good throw, man.
get a corner.
Well, then he's throwing a triple, but
Why don't we just nudge this one down and spin up here for sit 3?
I'm with you.
Control?
Yeah.
Control weight. Just roll. We're trying to not pocket it, but roll up and sit 3.
Sorry, normal you said?
We want to just
move
our yellow back a foot and spin up and sit 3. Control weight.
Control, okay.
So 2 objectives. One, remove the red stone, but have the shooter bounce off as you look at the left yellow stone so that they don't leave that
Gonna
wall.
be like control up a bit.
Normal.
Normal? Okay.
Normal. I like normal. It's a lot
better.
safer. Yeah.
Normal.
Fourth rock throwers here in 8.
Whoa. Whoa. Curl.
Really close.
No. Clean. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Clean.
Clean.
Yes. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Yep. 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 Roll it.
Hard roll. Yep.
Good. Nice shot.
And there's the bounce up.
Good.
They've just been sharp, Kathy.
Well,
They've
so
been the
late in the
sharper
hand, the
team.
freeze is
Their
gonna
best
do it.
team
Roll the hair
game
too
all
far.
week thus far, if you look at the numbers across the board.
Just a hair too far roll. If it just stayed just inside, beauty.
Yeah.
Close.
Now, they have
I
been
was
very,
close.
very sharp.
They're locked. They're locked.
Hold on.
Like a quarter.
Coach
is
Mike
fine,
Harris?
isn't it?
Yeah,
A
quarter's
quarter's perfect. I think we just throw that same kind of in-turn I threw for the triple, right?
Okay.
Right there with Peel.
Yep. And so do I.
Yeah.
All right, Peel, guys.
All right, you
just
bet.
hit it thin and stick
Half
it.
a rock or?
No, it's a quarter.
Dinner in that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
looks less.
So trying to make them all go away. Really thin, pop right into the middle of those 2 yellows. One should go up, one should go down.
Kelly Knapp, his first here in 8.
Curl.
Big weight shot, trying to get all of them moving, and he will. Just the one, though, out of the house.
Okay.
Well, I think he might be out counting the top yellow for third. I don't know, Mud.
Well,
I thought we had it.
for Northern Ontario, you make the red disappear, you roll it over a little bit, and it shouldn't matter.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I mean, it would have been nice to not move that top yellow, but yeah, it was skinnier than.
It was really skinny, yeah.
We had a quarter of that.
This is a force. And like, it's
Yeah,
pretty-
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Just
What turn?
out turn control.
Okay.
So you don't need to make the double if you're Northern Ontario. The key for Tanner is to hit and roll to the right as we look at it, have lots of separation between the 2. It's the force, and that's what they want, is that Saskatchewan has to take 1.
Okay. Little solid.
Clean. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Curl. No. Curl.
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 Straight.
Straight. Curl. Straight. Curl.
Gotta get across
Curl.
the edge.
Curl.
Curl, then straight, and now they get it to curl a little bit more, trying to roll it, not jam, and it's a quality shot right there.
Well,
We had it.
did you hear heavy ever? Okay, we should have. I was singing
And
it.
you can see when you look at the skips numbers, 87% for
good
Tanner
throw. I didn't know it was
Horgan
heavy.
over Kelly Knapp. So a very strong morning. Player comparisons brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Same throw, just sweep it.
I'll have to keep it up a little bit, yeah.
Well, without that roll, the chance is a double, and then they'll take a really good look to see whether this is good enough for 2.
What do you think, Kathy? I don't know.
I don't know.
I am horrific at these.
It's hard to know. You can see just that outside of the black line around both of them. And we're all so far away.
Right out of his hand, final stone needs the double here in 8. Kelly Knapp. Can he make this get over and get both? 1, roll it, and he goes right underneath. And is it a steal of 1 or 2?
Measure.
Darren Moulding calling for the measurement.
Yeah, it might. Feels like it's this way. Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
And they always check the pinhole too, those ice technicians, right?
You do.
He was taking a look to see if that pinhole's leaning.
Yeah, he came down the center line. What's that? He came down the center line.
I was hedging too. Like, I'm gonna make him apply pressure, right? Like, yeah. You always. I never want to give a guy a freebie.
He
Like,
just doesn't know. He can measure.
And I'm a big fan of that. I find that so often we wonder why teams don't measure more. If it's close, it costs you nothing.
This is gonna give us 2 red. I'd be okay with that.
if it should be you.
Yeah. Well,
But like,
it's close
we
enough.
feel like all the pins were cut above the tree.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of checking. Yeah. Yeah. Close.
Looks to be red.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's close, but damn. Closer than it should have been.
So Saskatchewan
That was
closer, so it is the steal of a single, but Northern Ontario in control of this game. Welcome back to our coverage here. Tim Hortons Brier from London, Ontario, and that steal point again in 8. And really, Kathy, it's just been one team that has been firing on all cylinders, one of their best games of the week percentage-wise, versus a Saskatchewan team that, you know what, to be fair to them, just hasn't gone their way. We call it a game of inches or whatever, and they just have been on the wrong side of it this entire morning.
Well, I think that Brennan Jones, we've seen him shaking his head. He's starting to laugh about it because he is so close to being perfect on so many shots, but then just not being able to either make the freeze or whatever it is that he's doing. And Northern Ontario playing very, very well.
Can you get that?
And that's just it. Sometimes you got to tip your cap. I mean, they have been the dominant team this morning.
In case we take the corner, then we don't kill the corner. Yeah, hack is enough to make the shot.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I like hack.
Yeah, okay.
Half a rock with hack.
All right.
We'll carve it in there. Should get some good finish.
Clean. Yep.
Little light.
Yep. Yep.
Little
yep.
light. Yep.
Hard. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Curl. 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 Attaboy.
What a shot from Jacob Horgan.
Yes,
just
yes,
precision.
yes,
Picks it across.
Well, and that is a weight shot. You overthrow that, you get
Good shot,
nothing.
Jake.
Great shot.
But well done.
Very good. Don't miss light. Anything, don't miss light.
Just don't nose tap.
Oh, good, Mikey. We're wrapping, right?
What? Yeah.
There's the house next door.
Top,
Wildcard
top,
1, Brendan
top,
Botcher and Thomas Scoffin, Yukon.
Lines are really
And
good.
I don't know who shot there, but it's the run back try. It is, okay.
Yeah, I do think it is. And so playing the red, yellow to try to get rid of the red, but because the second guard that he's raising in is yellow, he should be able to stay 2. Love the weight on this shot.
Trying to hold that line. Tap, yellow tapped.
Too thin.
So 1 yellow. Thanks for the confirmation. Yellow it is.
And that weight came down. I thought he was throwing just a quieter hit weight, but with the sharper stones. And he also had to tap 2 stones and raise it. Just over curled on Thomas.
Thanks. Good shooting, Jake.
That was a good.
Did you like that dig?
Pretty good. Should be 2.5.
Line's good.
Got to get it tighter though. What's that? Easy. Think it's tight?
Trying to guard, feeling that he's got the opportunity for the double on the 2 yellow exposed stones.
Trent, curl a bit. Line's good.
Weight's perfect.
Easy, easy, easy.
Atta
Good
boy.
spot, Mike.
Good rock.
Good judge. Thanks.
Which one do you like drawing on?
Thanks.
And our first final in handshakes as Newfoundland Labrador losing to Matt Dunstone, Team Manitoba, and with that win, Dunstone
Game, Ryan. That boy.
has qualified top
Game,
3
Matty.
in the playoffs.
Game, Cole.
Well, they don't celebrate often. They didn't know whether to fist pump or handshake.
Well, I was going to say it's early. They'll get the celebrations down as the week rolls on, but they'll be pretty happy with that win.
Curl, Jake. Come on. Come on. Good.
And with being 5 up, it is just an elimination game for Northern Ontario. Make Stones go away.
I kind of hooked it on purpose because I was wide. Yeah.
Hard to say.
So we're gonna guard and then draw.
Yeah.
And that's the closest game in our sheets of ice. It's BC. Jacques Gauthier up 5-4 over Felix Asselin. Quebec with hammer in 9. So 1-point game there.
Hitting against 4 on his final stone. Had to stick it and did.
So it's going to overcurl a bit.
Sorry.
What's that, Cal?
It's going to overcurl a bit.
Okay, well then. No, we're to your broom.
Weight's good.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't think we want to touch this.
Easy, 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 easy. No, 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 no.
Nice shot, Brennan.
Nice shot.
Yeah, good shot.
Yep. Clean. Yep. 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 Yep.
Even better. Shot.
So this is the only game for both these teams, Kathy, as they're back in action again tomorrow morning.
Overcurl it a hair.
Saskatchewan will take on Northwest Territories, and Northern Ontario will face Nova Scotia tomorrow morning.
Well, Nova Scotia is not going to be an easy game, but for Northern Ontario, looking very comfortable, very confident with the ice, and making a lot of shots.
Room. Room. Line's good. Room.
Weight's good.
Lots of room.
Okay. Weight's really good.
It's running.
No
Coming
line
off.
yet. No line. No,
Or
no,
just-
no, 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 no. It's hot.
Oh, jeez. Shit.
Yeah, and right through.
No way that should have been through.
What's that?
No way that should have been through.
Normal.
Time now for the game story, Kathy, and obviously it's just one team that, really elevated their game.
Well, and it really is. Even back in the first end and second end, we saw Northern Ontario just looking so confident, but that 4 leaps out at you on the board, and for Kelly, tried to make the double in 8 and just got 1, where it looked like he just was going to get 1, and then the measure he wound up losing. The percentages, even beyond that, the story for Brennan Jones is it's been one of those days where he's been so close, but just can't seem to buy it. And a very confident looking Northern Ontario team.
The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's
Perfect.
favorite coffee.
Good shot. That's really good. It's a great spot to roll.
Not a good throw, though.
Whatever. Good shot. Good shot.
Oh boy.
Just turned it in on you.
A foot or two.
I think so, hey? I'm not seeing much else. Unless we just try and dead not a freeze right there.
You got to be perfect because he can throw some heat. So what do you like? You're liking,
I think we just...
You're liking this? If you do this, Kel?
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. Just freeze it.
Okay.
Right on the nose.
Well, you're down 5. There's 0 point, in my opinion, of trying to play the hit and roll under and give your opponent a tough shot for 2.
No, we're just freezing.
Oh,
It's about freezing. Tanner can throw such big weight, but you hope that the way that you place this stone, Tanner jams.
Try and weld it on. You're heading in, right?
Yeah.
Close. Line's good.
Line's pretty good. Room.
Got a curl.
Line's good. Room.
Got a curl a bit.
Curl. Line's good.
Oh, line's good. Line's good.
Hard. Trent. Straight.
Yep.
Straight. Straight.
Yes, God. Okay.
Jeez.
All right.
Just lost it.
Sorry, Kel. Great. The weight really came off too. I thought you were bumping it, if anything.
Well, wait.
Peel.
So just make it go away.
You got it.
You see that stat right now, Northern Ontario at 94%. And a no-doubter. Shooter sticks around. And just top to bottom, Northern Ontario, just wonderful numbers, strong game.
Nice throw, man. Good job.
So you could hit for your single, but Kelly Knapp, as you said, he's a great drawer, and why not? Put her right on the pin for your single, and you know what? Bank a little confidence for the next game coming up.
No, it's a
for Saskatchewan.
little more, but.
And I'd say pretty
Similar
weight.
Kel, yeah, that should have been okay.
Okay.
Okay, line's good.
Okay. Weight right now.
It's all you. Do you need a chop? Yeah, we're back.
We're close.
Hey, got a curl.
Final stone here at 9, drawing in against 4, Kelly Knapp.
Back 4.
And not a lot of work to this stone yet, and the audible. They're trying to chap it in, but it'll be a steal of 1 and handshakes.
Good luck game, guys. Thanks. Good luck, guys.
As Northern Ontario, really a dominant performance. 9-3 the final. We'll step aside and wrap up our Brier coverage after this. So with our feature complete, we're going to swing over now and join action on Sheet A. It's BC and Quebec. There's just one stone to come. Hammer to Felix Asselan. And he has an opportunity, Kathy. What is this, just a little tap for his 2?
It is. The whole end was played for Felix to blank, but a hit and roll by Jacques Gauthier on his first one meant that he had to freeze, and he did on top, and Jacques just a little heavy on his last one, bounced off.
So final stone on the way, a 5-4 advantage for BC. Trying to play that little tap and now trying to hold the line. There's the tap and there's 2, so a good score from Quebec. And a 6-5 advantage. So when we come back, that will be our new feature game. BC with Hammer down by 1 as we step aside. We're back in London and picking up action between BC and Quebec. A 6-5 lead for Felix Asselan as he was able to make that little tap. Lead stones here on the way. So here in 10, it is BC with Hammer throwing the red stones down by 1.
Now trying to use that corner guard now with Quebec coming deep.
This feels hot.
Line's good.
Not too much of a threat, and you would ignore it even if it was absolutely perfect.
Line only.
Great numbers for Alex.
Line's a little tight as anything, guys.
Alex, Jason Ginter, and Sterling Middleton all playing junior at one point with Tyler Tardy, who had a wonderful junior career, 3 Canadian gold medals.
Good. Okay. Nice one.
Nicely done.
Tu peux frapper ça.
Non, j'aime le come around, mon Marc.
OK, come around.
C'est quoi, non?
Non, j'aime le come around. Ouais.
Non, ça.
Non, j'aime le come around. All right, top 8.
Well, you can chase around the corner, but then you're going to leave the forefoot open for your opponent. And Felix is not looking to go extra. He's looking to win it here.
As Emile Asselin in his second Brier played 2020 at Kingston with Alec Bedard playing second.
On va tomber 2 shots. C'est le seul point positif. OK.
Sorry, guys. Okay, good shot.
Ah, c'est tellement vite, ça n'a aucun calice de sens.
Yeah, let's stick around.
Yeah, keep the shooter around.
Confirm? Whoa! It's control?
Okay. Okay. Control it. Make the roll.
Yeah.
Throw it well. Weight's good.
No. Whoa!
Easy.
Right off. Whoa! Sterling! Close! Sterling! Straight!
Hoping to catch.
Real good. Boy.
To get the corner guard. Rolled a little too far, but it's still a corner guard.
Good. Thanks.
And handshakes and a final. As wildcard 1, Brendan Botcher 10-6 over Yukon. And so Team Botcher ensures at the very least a tiebreaker.
And that 4, look at that 4 and 4. That is something that the team will have to talk about, especially when you're up 4.
Yep. Yes!
Hard Jeff.
Emile Asselin. And gets the one corner to go.
Sorry. Juste que, ouais, je sais pas. Faut qu'il remette, je pense. Ouais.
All right, so things getting clear now. Dunstone, we know, in 6-0. Cooey 6-0. Big win for Northern Ontario Horgan at 5-1. So really, those teams behind are going to need some help to try get top 3. And in Pool B, Botcher 6-1. Gusha the entire day off. And a couple of those teams with 3 wins. And there you see Quebec, Aslan. You see Gauthier. So that's why this game is so critical. Only the top 3 will indeed move on.
And when you look at that Pool A, Muddy, Horgan and Manuel play each other tomorrow morning. That will be our game, and it is a huge game because Matt Manuel, with a win, can bring Horgan back, and all of a sudden he's in that 3rd spot. It's a huge game.
The most important tiebreaker is the head-to-head.
Yes.
And that was a big win for Gushu beating Botcher because if they're tied, it'll be Gushu obviously with the advantage there. Martin Kret back at the Brier in his 10th appearance.
Whoa! Close! Yeah!
Well, BC's guard over curled, so there is a path to tap that stone.
Trying to curl it over, and he will. It rolls in, so for now it is Quebec line the 3.
Good shot, Martin. Yep.
Good sweep.
Okay.
So now trying to roll into the center, get in front of those 2 Quebec stones, maybe get a jam.
And all those stones back of the tee line, so no real trouble here for BC.
Good weight. Whoa.
Good numbers for Sterling.
Whoa. Yeah! Yes! Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yes. Whoa, Alex. No roll.
Little flip in front and right on the face. Nice shot, Sterling Middleton.
Lovely shot.
Very good.
Now looking for big weight to try to pick it out. We'll lose the back one.
Martin Crête, many years at the Brier with Jean-Michel Menard. A couple of years with Michael Fournier recently, including Lethbridge last year, where Quebec a 4-4 record. Trying to make the playoffs for the first time since 2014 is Quebec. And that year it was in Kamloops, 2014. Jean-Michel Menard, and it was Martin Crête his third.
Line's good.
Well, they'd like to be a little bit higher in using the hammer, particularly in this moment. Trying to score 2.
Back 4. Back 4. Back 8. Well done.
And this has to curl a mile, but from we saw in our feature, there was a ton of curl.
If you're in, go, Jay.
And now it starts to make its move.
Now, BC 5 of their last 7 have converted.
Yep, a little more. Yep, that's good. Very good.
It's amazing. At the hog line, Kathy, it wasn't even across center.
No.
And it just swings. So it's nice to see since
really
the
good pair, bud.
texturing of the stones from Chief Ice Technician Greg Owasco, you're really noticing a difference.
That's fine. On s'entend que on peut pas overcurler. C'est tout ce qu'on peut pas faire.
Il vient de prendre là.
Yeah.
Tu veux-tu une brosse de plus?
Oh, juste pour dire. Je veux juste pas être le gars qui overcurl. Eux autres, ça fait 4 fois qu'ils lancent ça. Ça va être...
Speed's good there. Very good.
500,2.
Well, they just had the opportunity to see Sterling throw in this path.
Ça fait 6 fois qu'il lance là.
Ouais, mais où t'as vu?
Freeze.
OK, freeze.
Il freeze, on est correct.
The fourth Brier appearance now for Felix Esselin. Last year in Lethbridge with Michael Fournier in Calgary. He played second last year through the 4th stone, through the 3rd stone in 2018 in Regina. And this year he is skipping for the first time at the big show.
Easy! Easy!
Juste le weight.
Faut juste être plein de 12 au moins. C'est GF! On a 1 000 à curler.
Whoa!
Now, this is where Sterling's went, and then the finish was all at the end.
Yep.
Jean-Francois Trepanier.
Laisse out. Yep, Jeff.
And it will settle down and just to the nose.
Good spot.
And timeout being called by British Columbia.
Okay, mais prochaine, si j'ai la même shot, j'en enlève un autre 6 pieds.
Pardon? Oui.
I mean, like, if we show him edge on edge and he noses it, it jams, right?
Yep.
I don't see anything else, and it doesn't look like they do either.
Okay. So we want to be, say, 6 inches high of it?
Yeah, I think as long as we're shot, we make him kick it or something, yeah.
Okay. That's good ice for that.
Just wanted to make sure that he wasn't missing anything, and when he said that doesn't seem that they do either, meaning that Alex and Jason would come down if they thought differently.
Okay, right on the tee.
So you see the time, that was BC's last time out. A lot of time though. And 1:08 remaining for Quebec with one timeout, so it won't be a factor here.
Well, and it shouldn't be, just because it's going to be a pretty simple situation. If Jacques freezes on the corner and Felix freezes again, well, then you're drawing for your single.
Line's close.
Not a little late.
Just T-line.
I think we're close. Top 4.
Lots of room.
Weight's good.
Tons of room.
Weight's good.
Just T-line.
For T-line.
Weight's perfect.
Line's
Real good. Doesn't have to curl. Not curl. Still T-line.
Line's perfect.
Top 4 now. T.
Just want to be shot stone. Make sure that Quebec has to make a good one with their last. A little bump, and yeah, it's a lovely stone from Jacques Aucher.
Good. Just difference between there.
Moi, j'aime beaucoup
White
ça.
side, mais White side,
On est shot.
On est shot.
On est shot
On
rock.
peut venir là. La même shot.
Exact. Ouais.
And obviously Quebec there, final timeout.
Talking about the same shot.
Je vois pas rien de l'autre côté, anyway, parce qu'il
Ben,
va,
ça
il va
serait comme le
l'essayer
même
pour la
genre
game.
de shot, mais il va l'essayer pour 2.
Parce que là, aussitôt qu'on est demi-freeze, là...
Nose it, il faut juste pas donner nose it double là-dessus.
Ouais, exact. Faut être assez freeze dessus. Faut pas être corner freeze de même, mettons.
Faut être P-line.
Non, t'as
On the
raison.
nose, it's fine.
On the nose, it's fine.
It's hard to hear Pierre without a mic.
On est rendu là, là. Hein?
That's their head coach, Pierre Charette.
Lui, il a sorti ici.
So same shot.
À côté, c'est qu'il va essayer.
Là, on a plus de glace encore, ouais.
On est correct.
As Pierre coached
short,
Switzerland
on a jamais le droit
at the
d'être fort.
Beijing Olympics. And
Okay.
Silvana Terrazzoni now coaching this Quebec team here at the Brier.
Mais on lance just freeze.
Such a great player for such a long time with Guy Hemmings.
So follow this down. B shot stone. You don't want to bounce off though, and that'll allow Jacques Gauthier the hit for 2 and the win.
Grab all push.
And we just showed you the standings. Such a critical game for both these teams. Final stone, Team Quebec without Hammer here in 10.
Ouais, t'es close, on est là. Stop,
Garde la ligne!
Garde la ligne.
Trying to drag it in, but more importantly, this has to be the shot stone. It can't overcurl. Has to be shot stone.
Good shot.
And I think it just is. Wow.
Yeah. 1-2, mais on donne un 2 pour 2.
1 more centimeter of curl, and it could have been lights out. The draw for 2 for BC.
Center, we probably got to go for it. What do you like, guys?
I'm seeing the draw or the one.
What?
If we play it.
How do we like our chances in the extra? Jay?
I think I like our chances in the extra better than making this.
It's very thin.
I think you make
It's extremely thin.
Okay.
He hasn't drawn well.
It's all you. I'm fine either way.
It's very thin.
We haven't seen much.
You're throwing
here.
it.
What's that?
You're throwing it.
Yeah.
You hit that really hard. It scooches just that little bit, and then you hope it comes across the top and taps, or that you just roll your shooter
easy
in.
Or control.
I was seeing a little more weight.
I don't like normal. I want to stick the shooter. It's a lot more manageable.
This comes all down to analytics. What are your odds of stealing in the extras? So
I think
playing
that's close then.
a thin graze to move that Yellowstone back. Boy, this is so tough. What he's saying is that even if I roll in, I should be able to count the 1.
But to your point, Kathy, it's like, how confident are you in an extra end?
Yeah.
You know, it's...
I think sometimes till teams getting used to remembering that you have 2 guards on the center line that cannot be moved. It is not the tap, tap, tap.
Nice good. Close.
But he's got the opportunity. Here we go. Final stone. BC in 10. Down by 1. Have to just move that Yellowstone just enough. Pick it, move it, stick around with a red shot. And it spins and spins and a little bit too far. What a great chance. An opportunity, but they do get the 1.
What a great try.
That close to winning it right there. He does get the single. One more look, Kathy.
Just has to hit it a little bit thinner. He caught too much of the yellow because then it goes across the top. A little bit thinner for the win.
And all he could do was watch. So close. Extra end coming up in a 6-6 tie. Don't go anywhere as we step aside from London.
The 2023 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, proudly serving Canada's favorite coffee. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By PointsBet Canada, the official sportsbook of Curling Canada. And by Home Hardware. Here's how.
Extra end, important game for both teams in a 6-6 tie. BC and Quebec. And you can see British Columbia and Alex Horvath, the 2 Reds, touching the center line so they can't be touched. And Jean-Francois Trepanier, his 2 stones in the house. So we're all set up and already underway here in this 11th.
Well, so close on that last shot. Catches it a little bit thinner. It's for 2, but you go the extra and you try to use those center guards that cannot be moved off the center line until the 6th stone is thrown.
Close, heavy.
Whoa, then.
Heavy. I don't think we're far off.
Whoa.
Back 8 almost. Back 4.
Back 4. It's not far off.
It's always Alex.
Still full back 4.
Coming off.
Alex is right here. If your shot, go. If your shot, go.
Oh, good.
Good.
Pretty good. Nice sweep.
And now removal time for Quebec.
Whoa, whoa.
That's rush.
Mark! 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 Martin, yep! Mark! Ah, il a pas.
Well, Quebec very stingy on how many steals they give up. Only once in the last 5 games. That means they're very effective at running stones. But that one steal, well, that was today.
Good.
I thought close, actually.
Do not want that to happen again.
Kathy, how battle-tested was BC in provincials? A lot of games like this, or did they have an easy path? How did it play out?
They did not have an easy path. They played down to the wire in most games.
Yeah.
2 beauties, Jay. Attaboy.
Nice.
Lots of separation. That's a very good one.
Real good.
Yep.
Emile Asselin.
Hard.
Yep, Jeff.
Hard.
Roule. Allez, c'est bon.
Good. Good.
Okay, just high.
Yeah.
Okay.
Line's good.
I liked it. How's line?
Looking for another high guard to have as much separation between the 2 guards so that it's very tough for Quebec to remove both of them.
Good.
Curl, yep. Curl.
Brier debut for Sterling, 2-time gold medalist in the World Juniors with Tyler Tardy. I think your son went once as an alternate, and then Jacques won his own.
He did, yeah.
Intern.
All right.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Roule au bord.
Martin Crête.
Roule.
Okay.
And that one hangs around by the Tim Hortons Cup.
Well, the problem for that is it's taken away the out-turn draw for Felix, although he does have a tap on that side.
And we agree BC shot stone, correct? Back 4?
I do believe so.
BC, yeah.
And so another guard.
Line's good.
That's more.
Quite a bit more. Halfway.
Looks okay, guys.
Oh, we're on the high side now.
Still, we're over for sure.
Yeah,
Looks
never
perfect.
going for weight.
Looks perfect. Good.
Good. Yeah.
That way.
And those, Kathy, I mean, it's hard to describe at home with how fast the ice path is. You're pushing out, how hard it is to throw those high guards, because if you're too short, you're in big trouble and in Far's death.
Okay. Si tu fais ça, tu roules le corner.
And you're trying to be so precise in keeping the separation between the 2. We often see those one attempted guards hogged because you're trying to throw so light.
No.
Avance le corner, yep.
No.
Roule, Jeff.
Roule.
Ça y est.
Well, they'll be happier with that. That corner guard moves over for Quebec, which really allows both turns.
Okay, choke it. Even this isn't terrible.
I think we play that now.
Yeah.
We're shot, right?
So I want him to have to burn it on his first one. Like if he plays a runner, back one's always here.
Yeah, if we can get this in a spot where he can't hit it and get shots.
I like it now.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah. I think top 4.
That's good ice.
This will curl for you.
Okay. Looks good.
I think this spot's just full 4.
Yeah, just around.
Just 3 extra end games so far this week, and 2 times a team with Hammer able to win.
Top 4, mais
Top 4, t'as au moins...
il ne gagnera pas de la distance. C'est ça, il faudrait qu'on tombe shot tout de suite. Mais...
Ça dépend où ce qu'elle met.
Lots of room. Okay, well done. Line's good. Just top 4.
Almost on the tee.
Skip Stones here in this 11th end, extra end.
Line's good. Wait
here in London.
Line's real good. Take a left.
Just here, guys. Line's perfect.
Nope. Never.
No. Sit. No. Nice shot, guys.
And it will settle right on the pin as for now BC lies 2, trying to steal a win.
And they want it to be just a little bit lighter, I think.
Good. Yeah. He's got to keep that yellow there, or else we just wrap it. He's got nothing. Totally. It's good, boys. It's good. I threw it hard on you. I threw it hard.
Good way. Sinon, viens droit ici.
Pas c'est la première.
Pas c'est la première,
Je pense que c'est in-turn. Je lance des bons in-turn, je pense, aujourd'hui. So, je pense que je la lance in-turn, puis on fait... On essaie de planter ça ici.
L'angle, c'est quoi, mettons? Faut pogner...
3 quarts.
Playing the run.
Même si tu plantes là, puis que tu fais le double en arrière, il n'y a plus de garde. Il y a un elle là. Ce qui n'est pas encore si pire que ça.
Je pense que c'est un petit peu moins que 3 quarts.
Oui, je pense que oui, mais je veux dire, même 3 quarts, on est correct.
Ça de last?
A little less? Yeah.
Like it.
3 quarts?
Ouais, il faut frapper la jaune par-dessus. Elle peut sticker direct là aussi, ce serait bon.
OK.
Si jamais je l'envoie pleine dans la jaune, je fais le double en arrière. Au moins, il n'y a plus de garde. Il faut faire contact avec la jaune en arrière.
So run it straight back. Yellow onto red. Loves the big weight shot.
Critical shot, his first in 11.
Yes.
Felix Asselin. Right out of his hands. Run it back, clips the Reds. Oh, what a shot. Gets everything moving.
Good shot.
And more importantly, opens it up for himself.
Well, that was the big part of that shot, is that he opened it up, and he's going to have an open shot for the win, no matter what. Such lively rocks, so much granite able to move.
Something like this, making him draw.
What do you like, Brian? I want to make him draw.
Yeah.
Timeout called, BC.
Thinking, like, if we're in the wrong spot, we kind of just give him something to run into.
I think even if we're in the wrong spot, he has the straight draw of the pin too.
This way?
What do you like? I'm thinking like top 8 right here.
Could go here too.
What do you want him to do?
Draw.
What do you think?
Well, I think you just want this.
Yeah? Okay. I just don't want to give him backing though.
Well, you can make
Well,
it.
for
You
full
can
eight,
make it
there's no
almost
back.
biting the forefoot behind that one. Even if you're half open, I can't see him chasing it. Do you?
No, that's true.
You can be almost half open behind this one, and I don't think he's chasing.
Kind of
Well,
what I'm thinking too.
I just want to give him an ugly path though. Like if we throw it top 8 foot, he's got it. He's pretty sendy. Like I think he might flirt with that yellow.
We just want to be close enough where he can't get to the back end.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's a really precise draw for you if we go
I think
open.
coming around might be
It
the
is.
play. Hey?
That's true.
You can bite the forefoot.
Okay. All right. I'm on board, boys.
So what they're talking about is Felix's
Here's our
numbers for
spot.
draws
Catch as
today are
much of the forward as you can.
70%. His hits are 84. We just saw the strength of the Quebec team.
So I think
And so they want to force the draw. They've
That's
talked
close to me.
about
like that.
coming somewhere in this area where he can see a piece of it. They also talked about doing this, and when Jacques said he's a little sandy, that means that when Felix throws his out turn, and we saw this yesterday, he floats it, he puts it back, and then all of a sudden he's flirting with that yellow guard at the top of the Tim Hortons cup.
I want to make sure he throws it. Oh, yeah. Whiskerless! Yeah.
Yeah, that looks better to me.
Same weight? Yeah, never more. Never.
Yeah. And so the key for Jacques is not to slide in too far, because you can expect that Felix will play the hit, and he is very good at doing that.
Definitely less.
In a 6-6 tie.
A lot less. A lot less. A lot less. A lot less.
Line's hair tight. Go ahead.
Just got to dig. Got to dig, Alex.
Hard, Alex. Come on.
Got to dig, bud. Line's good.
It's all on Alex Horvath, Jason Ginter.
Hard. Keep going.
Okay.
And they just couldn't drag it there.
Nice sweeping, guys.
So the draw versus 2 for the win.
Just didn't believe it. Sorry.
All right.
As Felix Asselin needs full 8-foot, and he'll secure the victory over BC.
Well, and for Felix, the way he's taking the broom is he can come down to the back stone even if he's heavy.
Wow, ben il est sorti le locké qui a dit aussi là.
OK. Ça prend plein 8 pour manager ça, OK?
Yes, sir.
Ouais.
He's got backing.
Final stone here at 11. Felix Asselin.
Line's good.
Full 8-foot for the win.
Come on, boys.
Go, guys.
And they've been going at it too. Right out of his hands. Jean-Francois Trepanier, and now Brett jumping in. They got to get it full 8. This is digging in. Pull it a little bit farther. Can he get it there in time? And just enough.
Good shot.
My goodness. Some nervous times, but they pulled it in just enough for a 7-6 win in the extra.
Good game job. Good luck.
Good
game, Ricky. Good luck.
Every game, every shot, every inch, so critical, as you see there. Massive win for Team Quebec, as you see Pool B, Felix Asselin now improving to 4-2. Only the top 3 will make it. And you see for Gauthier, that 4th loss, so tough. On the other side, Horgan the win in our feature, a 5-1 record. So right now, if it were to end, it's Quebec, Team Canada wildcard 1, and in Pool A to be Dunstone, Cooey, and Horgan. But we still have a lot of curling to come. And speaking of that, our feature this afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Matt Manuel, 3-2 record. Reed Carruthers, wild card 2, a 2-3 record and a must-win for Carruthers, and that is what is set for this afternoon. As myself, Kathy Gauthier, Russ Howard will have you covered at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
It's always moving day. Wednesdays at the Tim Hortons Brier, and a big win for Northern Ontario. Really their best game of the entire week, percentage-wise.
You mean the corner?
Championship weekend. Right around the corner. In the meantime, we'll step aside from London, but thank you for watching our coverage here on TSN of the Brier.